I can believe it. Hello to all the listeners out there, and welcome to this Sunday's edition of the Too Much Show. Today is September 20th, 2020. And here on the Too Much Show, it's always real talk by real people. And yes, we are back as if we never left.
I don't think
Straight
we
from
did.
we didn't. Just a short intermission. And I'm your host, MT, and with me is my co-host.
Mr. Jones, aka Sam Jones, and Mr. Come First because you got to respect me. And don't you see, the sun is out today. Finally.
Absolutely. So the name of today's show is "Are You Surprised?" We definitely got a lot of topics. We're going to do a quick GBU since we already did a recap show for Wednesday. We'll just do a quick GBU. We do have Tay and Josh standing by, so we will be bringing them on shortly and discussing the week one pick'em results as well as for our fantasy pool and things like that.
I feel as though if they want a
I mean, our
GBU,
pick'em pool.
I feel as though if they want a GBU, look at the other show, man, because it was all about the NFC East fucking up except for the football team. How about
Basically.
that? People like Phillip Rivers continue to fuck up status quo. Just people fucking up. Kickers fucking up.
Yeah.
Everybody just fucking up. That's
And
pretty much what it was.
Yeah, and that's why I asked, "Are you surprised?" Because I am not.
Brady was fucking up. Like everybody was fucking up. This
They were. You really got to see the effects of no preseason and like no real training camp. But we also have, man, we're gonna talk Kanye today. We're gonna talk about New Music Friday. Definitely some new music that came out, some new tracks that came out, as well as which region right now is running rap. Mr. Jones says the West. I say the South, but we'll get into that later on.
yeah, I don't like how you answer that question either.
That's
Who
fine.
makes better music is my question.
Now, here we go. Here we
Ain't
go.
who run rap. Ain't who run
Twist the
rap.
narrative. Twist the
Nah, that's
narrative.
you. That's
Go ahead.
you.
Nah,
That's
that's
you.
you.
That's you.
I'm
That's
going
you.
off of quote for quote. Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
Well,
We get
we know
into that
your
later.
MO. We know your MO. We know how
No, we
you
know yours.
live in the coconut. That's live in the coconut.
Okay.
That's what
All right. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk
Yeah.
about it. But let's go ahead and bring Tay and Josh up on here. You know what I'm saying? Tay and Josh, how y'all doing, gentlemen?
You.
What to do?
What's
What to
going
Champ
on,
do?
is here. The champ is here.
What up? What up? What
Absolutely.
up?
What up?
Nothing much. How are you all?
Good,
All is
man.
well. All is well, man.
Hey,
Good.
we gotta give the man his flowers for week
Oh,
one.
absolutely.
Shout out to the champ
Week
as the
one.
pickles week one.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Tay
Absolutely.
pulled it out. You know when you bet with your mind instead of your heart in the afternoon or Monday nights. That's how you win it. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely. So yeah. So for those of you all that don't know, we do have a weekly pick 'em pool for TMS, and Tay and Josh is a part of that. And obviously, their picks were similar because they picked on the show, and they also beat us. We also have a head-to-head, which is TMS versus Sports Talk with Tay and Josh. So they are up on us
You
1-0
got 1 point.
right
You
now.
got 1
I
point.
believe
One
they.
more, real quick
Yeah.
though, before we get started though, Tay and Josh. What are a few takeaways that y'all have from week one? Real quick.
Oh, preseason showed a lot of rust and damn. Like, can you rely on kickers? Pretty much.
I'd have missed kicks.
Like the
That's
dude.
what I was
Okay, what
saying.
dude from Tennessee missed what, like
Yeah.
4?
Yeah. I mean, they still got the W, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That just shows how
Yeah.
much ass Denver is. Denver's straight
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, like
The Eagles can't hold the lead.
Ah!
Ah,
That's why he wearing a
true.
Rockies hat today.
Oh, you're not wearing that Eagles hat.
No.
yeah, I'm
Y'all lost to the Washington football team.
Hey, but they front seven look nice.
Hey,
yeah.
nah, they look nice though. They look
They
nice.
do.
Though. I'm not gonna sleep, but they blew that game up
Yeah.
by 17.
But
Yeah.
also, I kind of figured, I was like, even though I said that at work, like to a few guys I knew at work, I was like, we're going to mess around and lose this game. For some reason, I was like, watch, we're just going to lose it. And sure enough, 8 sacks, freaking 2 turnovers, and I think both of them came back to back on the interceptions. And and then on top of that, you turn the ball over on your side of the field. Both times.
Yeah.
You ain't going to win if you do that. Like, especially if it's on your side of the field, you ain't going to win. That's anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's your team, and for my team, we just lost in typical fashion.
Pretty much. We
Yeah.
fuck ourselves over every
Fashion.
single time.
It's
But that,
spectacular fashion.
but
It's
that was a
always
good
exciting until the
competitive game,
very
though.
end.
That was a
Huh?
good competitive game. The Rams versus the
It
Cowboys.
always
That was a
is.
good competitive
It's
game.
always
It wasn't
is,
like
though.
no
It
blowout.
always
Find a
is.
way to fuck it up.
Yeah, it always is.
It did.
We
It's
always
always
compete.
like we got screwed. No, motherfuckers, we didn't get screwed. We lost the fucking game. We went for the fourth down on the 11. We was 1 for 3 there. Our linebackers continue to move out the way. It was 2 years ago when it came to the damn running backs. A no name just made a name off of us, pretty much. That's how it usually goes with the Cowboys. Find a way to fuck ourselves over. Mike McCartney want to kiss Jerry Jones' ass and don't want to win.
Yep. He want to do exactly what Massa telling him to do. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But all right, gentlemen. So let me ask you all this. Was there any method or what was your rhyme or reason for like some of your picks that you did on week 1?
Like for example, the Saints versus Tampa. I picked the Saints because Tampa, new system, new coach. Tom Brady gonna get some adjustments, no preseason. So I didn't expect them to win the first game. I think they're gonna get it together by week 2 or 3. So but that 13-3 hot take you said was a little bold right there.
I'm still sticking with it. I'm still sticking with it. 13-3.
If you would have said 10-6, 11-5, that would have been more reasonable.
Look, first of all, that's disrespectful. First of all, that's disrespectful to the type of team that they have. That is disrespectful for the level of talent on that team, sir. Okay, 13-3, plain and simple. I'm sticking with it. They got 13 more wins. They already doubled down.
Don't let your boy double down on it. Don't let him double
already
down.
Doubled down.
He is old. He's a grown man.
I'm doubling down on it. They got 13 more. They got 13 more wins to get in 16 more weeks, and they gonna get it.
I trust them to have some type of parachute.
I don't see it. Go for it.
Like I said, I trust them to have a parachute. I trust them to have a parachute. He gonna jump off.
13-3. You'll see. 13-3.
I'm a 11-5 guy myself, but
yeah, I'm going with a reasonable pick. I'm not saying they're not gonna make the playoffs. I'm not gonna say nothing like that.
13-3. Making the playoffs. 13-3, winning the division. Plain and simple.
Winning the division.
Winning.
I can see that.
They possibly can win it. I'm gonna give it to the Saints slightly.
All right.
Please. Not with MT being out for 4 weeks.
I would say next
year. Not with Michael Thomas being out for 4 weeks, but we'll talk about that later on.
Okay.
Y'all ready to get into the shit, man? Let's get right to the pick'ems. I'll do it. Let's start it off. 1 o'clock y'all time, 10 o'clock my time. We're gonna start off with the Jacksonville. I shocked you, motherfucker, last week. Jaguars versus the Tennessee. I don't need to kick a Titans. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Titans. I'm gonna go with the safe pick. I'm gonna go with the Titans.
We're going with Titans.
Close game.
So y'all going with the Titans. We're going Titans as well.
I like Tennessee as well.
Yeah, we're going Titans.
The next one, we got Carolina and the McCarthy Panthers versus the Tampa Bay. We lost last week. Buccaneers. Who you got? Live in Tampa.
Bucks.
Yeah, they're gonna bounce back.
The Bucks. Yeah.
Buccaneers. Division games in a row. You will see a lot of helmet throwing by Brady today.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Somebody's gonna lose their job.
Next game, we got the lottery pick Denver Broncos. Yes, I'm calling you already lottery pick. Versus the Pittsburgh. Hey, it's Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. Who you got?
I'm going with Steelers.
I'm going
with
Mike
we got the Steelers. We got the Steelers as well. If they was in Denver, I would have gave Denver sort of a shot, but I got the Steelers all the way, man.
Better coach, better quarterback. I'm gonna go with
Juju is back.
Yeah.
Next game, we got the LA Rams playing the Philadelphia. I should have held my league Eagles. Who you got? Rams.
Go ahead, gentlemen. Who y'all got? Tay?
Go ahead, Tay.
All right, I'll say we bounce back. Eagles by 7.
Okay, I got Eagles by 7. All right, you got Rams, Mr. Jones. Here's the thing: it's tough because we've seen this Eagles team be resilient over the past couple seasons. You know, you count them out; they go through a dry spell, and somehow they they just figure things out. They just do. They figure it out. And there was no Miles Sanders last week. There was no who was it? Lane Johnson last week. He didn't travel with the team. And so they were missing some holes there. But with Miles coming back being healthy, with Lane Johnson, I think they picked up another offensive lineman for depth there. I actually see the Eagles making a turnaround because let's be real, the Rams didn't play that great.
I know they didn't, but I don't know. I just feel like Eagles going to come back to mode too.
All right, we'll go with the Rams. We'll go with your pick. We'll go with the Rams.
Okay, that's a toss-up. You can go either way.
You can go either way for
You can go either way for that game. You can go either way.
Well, we'll do Rams. When we were 50-50 last week, Mr. Jones went, he took my picks, and obviously we didn't do too well, so I'm going to go with his this week. Rams.
I did get the upsets right. I mean,
you did get the upsets right.
Vegas and the Cardinals. I mean, especially the Cardinals.
You did, but the only one that we didn't get right that was supposed to be an upset was the Giants over the Steelers. Saquon. They paid Saquon.
He ain't a best running back in the league. My ass. My fucking ass. Shit.
But here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. One of the things, and I'm about to start posting this more on the page for y'all. Every time I get an alert from DraftKings saying that there's a boost about something, that person ends up fucking up in their team. So like literally 30 minutes before the game, DraftKings hit me up. It was like, oh, new profit boost where if Saquon Barkley and John Connors score a touchdown, if you bet on them, instead of it being a plus 260, it goes up to like a plus 450 or 350 or something like that. And I was like, all right, the fix is in. The Giants about to get their ass whooped. I just knew it. Once they did, and they did a profit boost for the Cowboys too. Cowboys were favored by this, but if you pick for the Cowboys to win by this amount, then you'll win this much more. So it's a lot of bullshit that goes on behind the scenes. We know it. We do.
Plus, it's betting too, so you're gonna run them down.
Exactly. Sometimes they put the odds to get you to vote. To get you to get you to
Saquon to be the superstar, he looked like shit. That's one of the worst performances I ever seen from a
absolutely.
Yeah, I think people know how to beat the Giants now.
They
slow
just know how
down
to
the run. You can beat the Giants.
You can put 8 in the box all day on Zeke. You can at least get 30 yards. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. I'm
what the heck is 6 yards?
Yeah.
Hey, but y'all sleeping. The Steelers got like one of the best rush defense in the league, though.
Still, it's fucking Saquon. It doesn't matter. If we supposed to have that time.
They still what? Top 5, top 10 rushing defense in the league?
It was more attempts than yards. How often that happens?
Bro,
That's
you want to get nowhere, bro.
That's more 1,000 points. Come on. That don't happen all the time. That's like Ike Austin back in the day.
But they O-line a little suspect. They still young.
Yeah, they O-line is kind of bad though.
Yeah. They don't have the best O-line though.
Yeah, never see Zeke, McCaffrey, even Kamara ever doing some shit like that though.
Nah.
I'm just saying, Saquon the best running back in the league according to the masses.
I know a lot of fantasy football owners was upset. Yo, man,
of course they were. Of course they were. All right, let's all right, what's the next
game? The San Francisco, I might got a hangover 49ers against the New York Jets. Who you got?
49ers. Jets got too many injuries.
Yeah, 49ers.
Jets got too many injuries.
And I don't like the head coach. The head coach is trash.
Sorry. Oh, you talking about his coke out when he got a first appearance?
Oh yeah, Adam Gase.
Yeah, Adam coked out Gase.
Yo, man, looked like he took like 4 Red Bulls and a Monster before going on there.
Get it ready. All right. Next game, we got the Bills Mafia versus the Miami Dolphins, the real tankers. Who you got?
I'm going with Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills.
Next game, we got the Minnesota Vikings. They got their ass whooped last week.
I know.
Versus the Indianapolis Phillip Rivers. I could do it all and throw picks. Rivers.
Vikings
all day.
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings as well.
Sorry, I don't believe in Phillip Rivers.
So you want to go with the Colts?
I did pick Indianapolis because they at home. I just expect Phillip to at least win this damn home opener if he ain't gonna do nothing else this year. At least give him a little bit of hope.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of hope. And like I said, the Vikings got their ass lit up last week. They pass defense might be a little suspect. We will see.
They lost a lot of defensive players this
They
offseason.
did.
That's what I'm saying. Phillip
lost
will
a lot.
throw
Yeah.
his 350. It's just how many picks he gonna throw. If he can limit it to 2 and under with 3
Here's Phillip-
touchdowns, he still could win.
Here's Phillip Rivers' point of pain, gentlemen. I'm going to be honest with you. So as far as throwing out routes, like towards the sideline, he is masterful with that.
Yeah.
That step he has not lost in his career. It's when he has to throw vertical where he gets himself in trouble. But throwing out routes, them out routes towards the sideline, he nails those every single time. Even when he's getting hit, it's just like he just knows how to just drop, you know what I'm saying, the right amount on it. Like it's amazing.
Then again, we'll go with your pick. We'll go with your pick, but I got the coach though.
Okay.
Be fair. You gave me the first one. I gave you this one. All right, the next one we got the Detroit. I will always lose Lions versus the Green Bay Aaron Rodgers retirement tour Packers. Give me Aaron Rodgers in the retirement tour.
Of course, Packers all day.
I think everybody's gonna say the Packers.
Packers, yeah, hands down, Packers.
Don't believe in the Lions.
No, not at all. And here's the thing, I'm gonna be honest with you. If the Lions pull this off, this is straight up Vegas, man. Like literally, this is Las Vegas.
And you want to know some bullshit though? Why is Matt Patricia ain't like on a hot seat yet?
Yeah,
He was overrated.
He was overrated. I was about to say
He's running Bill
Patriots
Belichick.
that one game, and that was his like calling card.
Nah, he's from the Belichick tree, so he get brownie points.
Still shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, Belichick's from the Parcells tree. They fired his ass twice.
Nah, Belichick tree is not really that good though.
It's really not.
Yeah, maybe
Parcells got the best tree ever.
The dude from the Texans probably the only guy that's somewhat relevant.
Yeah, but he chokes in the playoffs.
But he at least get them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
At least he win game to get to the playoffs.
What about Josh McDaniels, his prodigy?
Oh God,
he failed in Denver. About the dude that draft Tebow? Stop it.
I mean, Tebow beat Pittsburgh.
Man,
Yeah.
are you talking about that? No.
300 yards.
Stop
300
it.
yards. on
Jones,
six
stop it.
completions.
Stop
He
it.
did.
Get out of there. Stop
I
it.
mean, he completed 300 yards.
Stop
I
it.
mean,
Stop it.
now
He
out of
did.
all of them, he does have a playoff win.
He have a
does.
playoff.
and he beat Pittsburgh when they were pretty damn good.
So how long? So how long his head coaching career last?
Who, Matt Patricia? He should be gone after this year. Plain and simple.
He have to.
He's not. That's a problem. And what's crazy is you fired Jim Caldwell, who went 9-7 for the Lions his last season, but you still holding on to fucking Matt Patricia. Why?
I'm surprised Matthew Stafford ain't been the latest person just to quit football.
Yeah.
Then,
Exactly.
He's getting 31 million not to retire. That's why.
Yeah, man.
That's true.
31 million. 31 million reasons not to.
guaranteed. Right.
Yeah.
And it's
All
all
right.
guaranteed.
All right, next game. You got the Atlanta. I don't got no defense Falcons versus Dallas. How we gonna fuck it up this week, Cowboys? Who you got?
Cowboys. Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Here's the
Atlanta
thing.
Cowboys defense too suspect.
Atlanta's defense is horrible, but damn, Dallas can find a way to still lose this shit.
No, here's the thing. It's going to be the Cowboys, and I think the Cowboys right now we are 5.5 or 6.5 point favorites.
Yeah.
We will cover that spread, and here's what's going to happen. I'm just going to come out and just say it. So you already going to hold on. Listen, you already know what my week 3 pick is going to be by what I'm about to say. What happens is this: the Cowboys, they have to hoodwink the fans. They have to hoodwink the league. They're going to go out today, play inspired, win convincingly in Dallas. Everybody's going to be, oh, my God, this is the Cowboys. We knew that McCarthy could build and all of that. And they're going to be excited. And then literally the following week when we go to Seattle, we're going to get shit beat down our leg. Plain and simple.
Damn.
Plain and simple.
Seattle. We usually play well against Seattle.
Seattle going to beat the shit out of us next week.
I doubt it. I think we could beat Seattle, actually.
I don't believe it.
Y'all playing at Seattle?
At Seattle.
At
Well,
Seattle?
But there's no crowd, though.
Tempo.
I'm about to say it's no crowd. Okay. We can control the
What's
tempo every
around?
game. We can control the tempo every game, but we don't.
But historically, and we'll go over the years throughout the week, Dallas has played well against Seattle.
I'm not saying that we're not going to play well, but it's going to be one of those games where literally we'll hang on by the third quarter, but by the fourth quarter, Seattle just going to pull away and beat shit down our leg. They are.
I don't see it, but we'll talk about it throughout the week. But
We will.
got Dallas this week. Next game, we got the New York Football Giants. Like fuck Saquon versus the Chicago Bears. Fuck Trubisky. But who y'all got?
I'm going with the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears. Even though I
Only
don't
because
trust
of the
Mike.
defense.
Yeah, I do
Oh.
not trust fucking Trubisky for my wife.
All right,
Oh
y'all
my-
going with the Bears, Mr. Jones. Who you got? I think we got the same. Who you got?
I picked the Giants actually.
I picked the
You picked
Giants.
the Giants. You picked the Giants. Interesting pick. After
I actually picked the
Saquon
Giants.
performance. Okay, all right, bro. Keep
Here's my
believing
thing.
in Danny
But at the end
Dimes.
of the game, they were still in it.
They were, and here's the thing. Like I told somebody. Well, I made a post about it earlier in another group. I said after today, there will be a 3-way tie in the NFC East, but we'll talk about that after we go through the picks.
All right, next game, we got the Washington Football Team versus the Arizona Cardinals. Who you got?
Cardinals.
I actually picked the Skins. I
picked Washington as well. I got
Hey, Delon, hey, Tay, I told you they were going to pick the Skins.
Yeah,
I told you they were going to pick the Skins.
I got the football team.
I don't believe it's fool's gold. Here's the thing. I don't believe it's fool's gold. That defense is enough. And Kyler Murray yesterday.
Oh my God! When the last time they came back from anything?
Exactly. And here's the thing. One of the things that I saw last week, Kyler Murray, he does make quick decisions. So if you blitz him, the blitz has to get back there because if it gets picked up, he's going to take off. He's going to run. But I just saw him relying too much on DeAndre Hopkins. And if the Skins can double up on Hopkins and maybe or bump him off of his routes and frustrate him because Kyler Murray wasn't utilizing Fitzgerald like that. So if they can frustrate Hopkins or bump him off of his route, it's sometimes that Redskins pass rush. The Washington Football Team's pass rush can take advantage, man, and beat the Cardinals.
I mean, defensive player of the week, NFC last week, right?
Yeah. So
he got us a Rackpo back. He got us a Rackpo back.
So yeah,
the X factor of that game to me, I think it's gonna be Kanye Drake. If Kanye Drake get over 100, game over. If Kanye Drake go over the 100, it's game over. Because we see they can get after the passer, but can they stop the run? That's going to be the thing against like a legit running back. That's going to be the key.
I think they can this year.
I think they can too.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, next game. Oh, the was it Kansas City versus the Chargers.
All right,
Kansas
so
City,
I think that's going to be Kansas City across the board.
Yeah. There's no need to even waste time with
this. Yeah, we're going to skip that round with everybody.
Let's just go to the next one.
Somebody really do a hot take.
Nope. We got the Madden 21 cover boy in the Baltimore Ravens versus the Houston Texans.
Massacre.
Ravens.
Deshaun
Watson is still in the church buddy. I said it first. I don't know why the hell they paid him after that damn game last year. 21-point lead. Yeah. I know his defense dropped 51, but damn, he could have dropped 54 the way he was playing the first half. But anyway,
that's true.
Anyway, I got the Ravens. Next game. You got the New England Patriots. This is a game of the week right here. New England Patriots. Cam. I miss y'all. Shout out to him, too. About to be a coach at the ACBU, by the way. Jackson State. Versus the Seattle Seahawks. Who y'all got?
I'm going with the Seahawks.
Man, future Hall of Famer Russell Wilson.
The Patriots.
I see that hat, though.
So here's the funny thing. So here's the funny thing about what's been going on this week and why I made the pick that I did for us, Mr. Jones. One of the things that we know is this: Bill Belichick is cerebral. This week during an interview, what did he say? Russell Wilson is one of the most underrated quarterbacks. He deserves MVP. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves. It's a mind game. He's doing two things. Number one, trying to make Russell feel a little bit comfortable and, oh, Bill respects me. And then number two, he's trying to fire up Cam Newton. Because remember, this is Cam Newton's resurgence year. So it's okay. You got this high praise for Russ. What about the man that's in your own backyard that's running your offense? So with that being said, this is going to be a tough, hard-fought game. but I'm going with the New England Patriots, man.
I'm gonna let you have it.
Ooh,
You gave
okay.
me the last one.
That's actually
Nah,
not a
if I
bad
picked,
pick.
I picked
It's actually not a
Seattle.
bad pick though. Yeah.
That's not a bad pick.
Nah, I picked
I'm with the New
Seattle on my
England
Patriots, but I don't know. I can see it. I can see it.
I
Mhm.
say the game would be close because
Oh,
Belichick
Yeah.
coach up
Oh
well.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a close. It's gonna be one of them close, hard fought games, man. Defense is gonna beat each other up, everything. But
I think Vegas
Cam,
got Seattle -4. I think they got -4. Yeah.
yeah. I think Seattle's like 4-point favorites or something
Yeah.
like that.
it's gonna be like 20-24. That's how I see
Yeah, it's
it.
gonna be. Yeah, I can see a low scoring game like that, 21-24, something like
Yeah.
that. It's not
Something
gonna
like
be, it's
that.
not gonna be too high.
Yeah. But I got
By
the
the way,
Patriots, man. Bill too cerebral, man. I'm telling you. And Stephon gonna be out there. Stephon gonna be out there on them boys. So
before we talk about Monday's night's game, I was only off by 1 point on that Monday night score too.
but did you
It was
call it
32.
correctly?
No, it's 31. It was
All right,
30.
then.
I was
We
mad
gotta
about
let
that.
it go.
I
We
was
gotta let
mad
it go.
about that.
It's
1
okay.
point.
Here's the
One
thing.
point.
Last week.
Last
That's
week,
last
Mr.
week.
Jones. New week.
New week, man. Don't worry about it. Just
Don't live in
forget
the
it.
past, my brother.
Okay,
New week, same
exactly.
bullshit. I tell you, new week, same
Okay.
bullshit.
What I tell
All
you,
right,
Mr. Jones, moral victories is for minor league coaches. Okay, don't even worry about it. We got it this week.
All right. Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are coming, right? Versus the Las Vegas. We finally home at the Death Star Raiders. Who you got? You see the colors. You know who I want.
I'm going with the Raiders.
Raiders.
I'm going with
Oh,
Raiders.
y'all believe?
What's
Oh, y'all
up?
believe? Oh, y'all
What's
believe
up?
finally.
I'm
Y'all
going with the
believe
Raiders. I'm going
finally.
with the Raiders.
Oh, y'all
I'm going
believe.
with the silver and black. I'm going with silver black this week.
Y'all believe finally. Thank you. I was
All
trying
right,
to tell you
these are our picks.
that's a great defense. I
The
mean,
reason
not
I'm doing
offense,
that, Mike
I meant
Thomas is
offense.
out, so I think the Raiders and the Saints is not
Nah,
that great on the road. So I'm gonna give the Raiders a slight edge.
Yeah, they suspect
I'm
as
sorry.
hell.
Yeah,
sorry.
they
I'm sorry. Now, look, Aguilar's about to have a resurgence over there. Thank you, Philly.
Okay.
You know,
too bad he
Alright,
wasn't catching.
you got
So
Waller. Waller on the low is going to be a top 5 tight end before the end of the season. I mean, they're going to be all right.
that's a very
All right.
underrated tight end.
Yes, he
It
is.
is.
He's
Very
going to be top
underrated.
5
Very
before the
Yeah,
end
he's
of the
very
season.
underrated. Yeah.
Jacob
Yeah.
running that rock. I mean,
Absolutely.
killing it. Yeah. And I keep
Yeah.
saying people sleep on Derek Carr. He's one of the most accurate QBs in the league.
Yeah,
Has been for a minute.
Yeah.
So
but you got
we'll
forgot
see.
the Raiders was rebuilding, bro. Like they be doing the thing. I think the Khalil Mack trade wasn't that bad. Like people overreacted. In
Now
my
you looking
opinion, I
at
don't
it.
think it wasn't that
Nah,
bad
you looking at it in retrospect. Nah, look what
because they was
Saints
gonna lose
did.
with or without him. So you might as well trade him, try to get some
Exactly.
assets for him. So
I mean, he ain't looked too groundbreaking in Denver. I mean, in Chicago last year. So shit.
nah, he was okay in Chicago. It's just
Not last year.
Chicago offense. Nah, their defense was cool.
Because no, when he first came that first year,
Mm-hmm.
But they blew that game when Aaron Rodgers went down.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like the first season he came, he took the lead by storm, and then all of a sudden it was.
Now they offense don't finish the games, bro. You can't rely completely on the defense.
That's
Well,
true.
that-
I'm
that's
going
true.
with
Your
Yeah,
offense
I'm
still
going with
got
the
to put some
Raiders.
points on the board.
That and they figured them out too, because like if you playing somebody like the Packers twice a year, that 1st game, that joint go out the window. Second game, man, they was airing their asses out in that second game.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So it was like,
They
all right,
were.
see, can you get to us? Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, well, those are the
It's
picks.
first game of that stadium. Yeah.
Tay and Josh, go ahead and I know you did it in a private chat, but go ahead and post it on the I guess the thread comments. Go ahead and post it, post
Yeah,
your pick.
I normally copy and paste it. That's what I do when
Yeah.
I type it in there.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right, guys.
All right. We appreciate you.
No
All right.
problem. No problem.
Next week,
I need that bread this week, Tay.
We
Don't
all
spend it
need it. We
don't
all
spend
need
it all
that
on
bread.
OnlyFans, my brother.
No, hell no.
Hey. Yeah, but I looked, I said, oh my goodness. I said Tay, because literally Tay was like fourth or third, and it was me and Mr. Jones top 2. Then all of a sudden it was just a swing, and like I dropped all the way down.
It was the
Tay
NFC East. Oh
yeah,
my God!
It
Cowboys and Jazz did us in.
yeah. Tay was number 1, Josh was number 2. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Out of nowhere, taking your money to jump out of last place.
I was pissed.
Yeah. I was
Shoot,
like, look, I got the
that's how I
upsets. I
felt.
got the upsets after the Arizona game. I was confident.
That's how I felt when in the first half. I was like, oh my god, I'm about to finish last. Then the
Yeah.
second half game start going. I was like, oh dang, I'm in first. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
And then literally, I tell you, man, me and Mr. Jones talking, he like, man, fucking Giants better come through. They better come through on Monday night. I'm like, I know, man. I know. I'm like, I
I was
know.
pissed. I was
I
pissed.
know.
Hey, after seeing the first week, who you think the best player, the best team in the league, just by off first week impression?
First week impression, best player in the league is still the reigning
Kansas
Super Bowl champion, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
said the Chiefs are the best.
Yeah,
Okay,
Chiefs.
okay, Chiefs are the best right now.
As you like to affectionately call it, MT, split top wheat bread.
Yeah, but-
Oh, man, split top wheat bread. That's what we got.
oh, next week
That's
we
what
doing a live stream doing like our power rankings, top 5 teams.
Oh, power rankings.
Y'all down?
yeah,
Top five?
we literally just decided this like
Top
this
5.
morning.
You only
Hey,
do
brother,
top
yeah,
5.
of
You do
course.
honorable mentions.
That's what
Top
I
5
do.
teams.
This is what I do at TM. Top 5 dead or alive. This is what I do. I love top 5.
Oh yeah.
There ain't gonna be no NFC East team on there to win it.
Wow.
I hate us right now, Tay. I hate us, bro. I really do.
Man.
Bro, like,
boy.
I mean, look, Ron Rivera really coached these dudes up, though. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he really did.
It was like the opener last year in reverse. Because I remember the Redskins were 14-0, dogging. Next thing you know, Deshaun Jackson 2 plays later. Right?
Yep.
And that was another thing. Like, come on, only 4 targets now? Come on, Carson.
Well, let's not forget he only played like 30% of the freaking game too. On top of that,
That's
like
true.
it was like he wasn't even on. He was on the sidelines. So
yeah. But hey, they say they doing power rankings live next week. We invited top 5.
Friday cool? Is Friday?
Yeah,
okay?
Friday is good. I'm off Friday, so Friday is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
When y'all don't do live streams on Friday? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't think they do.
Oh no.
Okay.
Now we normally do our shows. We'll do a Sunday and Wednesday or a Sunday and Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next week?
And then
Cool.
you know, if it's Smack Saturdays, we'll throw a Saturday out there.
Exactly.
Okay.
cool.
So yeah, we doing our top 5 honorable mentions and the worst team you think in the league. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we good with that.
All right.
Got
All right, appreciate you, gentlemen.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
All right, thank
Peace.
you.
All right, man.
All right, Mr. Jones, what's going on, sir?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Look, I didn't even look at the list today. What's next? That's how
That's
I feel.
all good. That's fine. What's next is so we're gonna talk Kanye West. We're gonna talk Ye. Okay.
That guy. Gotta love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Exactly.
so break it down for the people out there, whoever was hiding under a rock this week. What happened?
Hey, all right. So Kanye took to Twitter. Kanye, as usual, Kanye took to social media, went off basically about wanting to own his masters. He's saying that Universal, well, EMI, which is the grandfather company of it all, but Universal is under EMI, and so is Def Jam because Def Jam is under Universal. So he's basically saying that they don't want to give him his masters. They don't want to sell it back to him. He was told that Taylor Swift master is worth about $300 million. So his is worth way more than that, almost double what Taylor Swift's is worth. So of course, you know, the media always tries to spin things, always try to make you seem like you're crazy and whatever else may have you. Mr. Jones, and this is this could be our mental wealth section as well. But what is your views of what's happening, these events? Do you think Kanye is going about it the right way, trying to get his masters? Like, what are your views on it?
I don't know which way you're supposed to go about it. It's like behind the scenes, they're just going to write another contract to screw you over.
Mm-hmm.
When you too public, they're just going to find a way to slander you. It's like, what other way you supposed to go about it? And honestly, the truth need to be told.
Mm-hmm.
People have been slaves in the game for far too long.
Yep.
I hate to go back to a point from my earlier like battle rap show, but it's like what Hollow said in his blog. It's back with the jazz musicians. It's like at the end of the day, all these artists and everything, are they children really eating off their own music, or is the executive children is eating off of it?
Mm-hmm.
Even though like it's a lot of estates out there that never was claimed by family because of royalties or what they had in their contract on time of death and stuff like that. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like at the end of the day, what other way Kanye was supposed to approach it?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah,
at this
but
point, he's not crazy no more. It's a method to this madness.
of
It
course
is
it
a
is.
method to this madness. But at the same time, it's certain things he say he just need to tone down on. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think he builds himself up and he doesn't know how to leave at his climax.
Okay.
He let it go downhill before he leaves.
Okay. I think the main thing here's a couple points that I want to make. First off, CPC. Chaos produces change. So if people ask why, that's a hashtag that we came up with on the show, CPC, chaos produces change. We seen what happened with the riots and everything like that when George Floyd was killed. People got tired of just silent protesting. Some of it absolutely was orchestrated, and some of these businesses that were being looted and all. Yes, that was orchestrated by powers to be. But overall, with people getting upset and just basically saying F this and like rioting as a whole, it came from people saying, you know what, I'm fed up. This is enough. Like, this is the last straw. And so Kanye figures that if I go public with this, I'll get enough people behind me. And he's received support. He's received support from artists like Trippie Redd, like some of those newer artists. Uh, he's also received support from his own artists with Big Sean, who's on Good Music, and he's received another, I guess, kudos and everything from Hit Boy. Hit Boy spoke out, which is a very influential producer in the game. And he's talked about how, Kanye didn't like the fact that he had produced songs for Beyonce in the past and things like that. But he still supports Kanye because Universal has yet to pay him what he should have been getting or what he was supposed to get on some of the songs that he's produced. Universal has held out on some of his pay. And you're right. I mean, Kanye is at a point where literally you're talking about he's worth $3.5 billion. He doesn't want to, he's at the point he doesn't want to report to anyone, which I understand. He shouldn't have to. You're worth 3.5 billion. You're not worth 100 million. You're not worth 50 million, 200 million. You're worth $3.5 billion. You are a
Let me
billion.
ask you this.
Go ahead.
How much you think his catalog is actually worth? Just ballpark.
Kanye's catalog. Here's the thing.
Do you think it's a billion or upwards?
I don't think it's a billion. I think his catalog is about 700 million. I really do. That's how much it is. Because when you look at a talent like Ye and somebody who essentially he cut out the middleman a lot with a lot of his songs because he produced a lot of the beats. Yes, he collabed with some other producers and they put their heads together and things like that. But for the most part, Kanye comes up with his own beats. He mixes his own songs. He finishes. He does all of that. So at the end of the day, with somebody like that who's able to collab to come up with the raps, make his own beats, mix the songs, finish it, things like that. Yeah, we are looking at a catalog and about 700 million. Now let's go back to something that is the subject at hand. With his masters, he does own some of his masters. He does, but not all of them. I think after 2000 and I want to say 12 or 2013, he started to own some of his masters, but not all of. They won't give him full ownership.
Nah, they ain't giving him the important shit. They ain't giving
Exactly.
him the college dropouts, the late registrations, and the graduation.
Graduation. Exactly. That's what they're not giving him. They're not giving him the 808s and heartbreaks
Nah,
and my beautiful dark twisted fantasy and things like that.
Pretty much, I think it's his first 5 or 6. I think
It's his first 6. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. So one of the things, and I don't know if he's listening or not, but had a nice little sparring session with a buddy of mine, and he said, "Oh, how can you support Jay after this?" to me, Jay is a snake, and I was just about to get to that, Zeus, where they said Jay-Z sold Kanye the masters to Kanye's first 6 albums so he can get his own masters. So how do you feel about that, Mr. Jones?
I feel as though it's the cost of business. Because it's like he was a new artist at the time. So he was pretty much uninvested as far as return on investment. What I mean by that is, he hasn't proved, if he did it back in like 04, he hasn't proved himself yet. College Dropout ain't even dropped yet. We don't know if he can sell records like he did with late registration and graduation in particular. We don't know that yet. But in 2004, Hov is on top of the damn world. We're talking about Blueprint 1 and 2 that already dropped. We talking about the Black Album. We talking about Reasonable Doubt. We talking about
American Gangster.
If we want to talk commercial, Hard Knock Life. Because I think that was one of his highest selling ever was Hard Knock Life.
Yeah, Volume 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just unfortunately the cost of business. Now, eventually, when they were close and when Washington Stone and all that popping, should they had the conversation about it? Sure. But we don't know if this is fact or fiction. But if it's facts, it's unfortunately the cost of business. And let's be honest, if you're saying the ballpark Kanye's is worth 700, Jay's got to be a bill.
Oh, of course it is. Well, here's the thing. And I just want to break it down.
And we talking about today's money. We ain't talking about inflation and all that back there.
Well, here's the thing. They were sold back in 02. Kanye has already produced the court documents and everything for it and the contract and everything. It happened in 02 when Jay did it.
Okay, so it was right after he did Blueprint.
It was right after he did Blueprint. And Ye, and I know with Ye, he was
freshman
college dropout. Yeah, he was fresh on Rockefeller. So here's what I told people.
And he did a freshman adjustment mixtape, which was fire. I know you're talking about.
Yeah. And so people sat up there and they was like, oh, Jay-Z's a snake. Jay-Z is that. How can you defend him? I'm not defending him. I'm giving you the scenario. This is too. And here's the thing. If you still want to have the same opinion, you can. I'm not saying that. But we're talking about back in 2002. Jay-Z didn't want Kanye on Rockefeller. It was Dame who brought Kanye to Rockefeller. Just like Dame brought Cam and Dipset to Rockefeller. And Jay never wanted them. So if it's somebody who I don't really care about or who I don't really rock with, and he's signing to me and I have the rights to this stuff, and they telling me all we want is his catalog, and I'm going to be honest, back in 02, 03, nobody but Kanye West and his mother thought that he would grow to be the mogul that he is today. It just so happened that they figured out, damn, we got a musical genius on our hands. And then that's when Jay pretty much took Ye up under his wing, and then they just started making music and everything together, and it was like, boom. But a lot of people are going off of this meme that's going around where it has a picture of the contract and the legal documents, but it also says in the meme, like, oh, Jay-Z knew that Def Jam wouldn't give it back. That's false. How did Jay-Z know that Def Jam wasn't going to sell Kanye his masters back? Because they sold Jay-Z all of his masters back. So that doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? Usually with a meme, it has some truth and then a lot of fabrication to it. But as far as Kanye now, what pisses me off is everybody is just, again, going by what the media is saying, by, oh, Kanye crazy, he needs help, it's his mental health and everything. No, he's tired and he's pissed off. And for those of y'all that don't know, please research it. Kanye actually opened up a lawsuit in 2019 against Def Jam, Rockefeller, Universal, and EMI, all four, because he's suing all of them for the rights to be able to get his masters back, all of his masters. So I just think that he's frustrated. Any of you all who've ever been in like a real court proceeding and you're trying to go through a settlement and everything, it's strenuous. And for me, which wasn't even a lot of money at the time, when they settled out of court and paid me, it took like 6 or 7 months. Could you imagine something like this? That's 700-800 million. And with COVID going on, they pushing continuations and trying to push it off. Kanye is just frustrated. I'm worth $3.5 billion. I'm telling y'all I will pay you to get my shit back, and you still don't want to sell it to me. But where I think that Kanye is probably going to win is, I believe it's either Universal or EMI is based out of California, and that's where Kanye signed his contract at. And in California, after 7 years with a record deal, a label can't hold you past 7 years. That's why you get the renewal of contracts and things like that from other. That's why they'll renegotiate and do new contracts, because the initial deal that they tried to sign him to was basically saying that he will never be able to retire and he needs to continue to make music until, I guess, he's just done. But basically he can never really stop making music. He has to continue. But Kanye is literally exercising a law that was basically after 7 years, like you have to be released out of a contract. Like, you can't be in a lifetime contract in the state of California. You can't.
Okay. And what about the antics? How you feel about the antics, like him pissing on a Grammy and all of that? What did that have to do with this?
With that, I don't know. That was probably, he might have had a couple drinks with that one, but overall, I mean, we've said it on the show multiple times. The Grammys are culturally clueless when it comes to rap, hip hop, things like that. And I think it's Kanye's roundabout way of sending a message saying, listen, I don't give a shit about none of these rewards, anything like that. I want to own the content that got me these awards. I don't care about the actual award itself. Fuck the Grammys. Fuck these awards that I have.
And let's be real, he's in a position to negotiate this way.
Of course he is.
Like, a lot of people ain't in a position to do it. That's why they're not doing it.
Yep.
That's why I think more people should follow what he's doing.
Well, it is. Yeah, I mean, there's other artists who have stepped in. Like I said, they're showing support for Kanye, and unlike that situation that was happening in battle rap, the rappers themselves can afford to sit out or not make any music, because a lot of them have made millions of dollars, and if they just stop going to Gucci, stop going to Rolls Royce and Ferrari and Lamborghini and whatever else, they'll be okay. And they can sit out for a little bit. Obviously, these battle rappers can't, but the actual artists, they can.
The major artists.
Yeah, the major artists, they can. They can sit out. They can say, you know what, I'm good. You know what, you don't want to let me out my contract? Fuck it. I'm not making another song for you. Kiss my ass. They could do it.
That's facts. Yeah, but the Jay-Z thing, yeah. In 2002, why not?
Yeah, and exactly.
All right, man. What's next on the agenda?
Man, what's next on the agenda?
I'm still trying to keep my sanity.
It's all good.
I know I'm a break before the end, though.
It's all good.
I even told my sanity talking about the Cowboys. I'm doing good.
You are. All right, let's talk about it. Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight versus battle.
Hey.
It's a hell of a battle. Definitely a hell of a battle. I learned more about Gladys Knight catalog, but I'm going to be honest with you. Gladys came out swinging. Can we be real about that?
Yeah, Gladys can still sing, too.
Yeah. She came out singing and swinging. And it was one of those things where I'm like, damn. I didn't realize that she did this. I didn't realize that she did that. And with Gladys, it was like, when she came out swinging, I think like her third or fourth song was like License to Kill off the Bond movie. You know what I'm saying? So
my favorite Bond song.
Yeah. So she was killing it. And I know like Patty even got mad when they played, I think they played Love, Need and Want You Early. She was like, that's not my song. That's not what I picked. Patty, I'm going to be honest with you. Your DJ threw that out there because he felt like that you was losing the battle, which that's what that was. And she was surprised. Like when they played Love, Need and Want You, she was like, that's not the song that I picked. No, Patty, for your best interest, They threw that out there because you needed to make a comeback from License to Kill. You did. Okay?
Patty was getting smoked.
Yeah, she was. But overall, here's the thing: I can't pick a winner. And do you know
Hell
why?
no.
The reason why I can't pick a winner is because with some of the other versus battles, obviously I was alive to see that the impact that those songs had. You know what I'm saying? I was able to see what Nelly and Ludacris, like with their songs, was able to do and how they had us hype. You know what I'm saying? With us growing up. Rick Ross and Two Chains, the clubs that was rock. I mean, the clubs that was like really rocking their songs and things like that. But I can't give you a winner for Gladys and Patty because I wasn't alive during that era. So I don't know the effects that those songs had during that, I guess, time and, like whatever else was going on. I didn't have it.
I didn't feel like this is about. This is almost like how Erica Badu and Jill Scott did theirs in a way.
Yeah, it was an appreciation for one another.
Yeah, because they talk like grandmas and all that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my dad texted me something as soon as it was over. That was cool. He said, "You see what I was talking about? Now
Yeah,
we
he
have a
texted me
different look
too.
at Gladys now. Patty was great. Said they both have a hell of a catalog."
Mm-hmm. Nah, he texted me too. He was like, "Yo, now you see Gladys catalog. Like, did you learn something?" And I was like, "Yeah, I definitely did, but I can't pick a winner."
Me either. I mean, it was good.
It was.
Any rumors on the next one?
No, to be honest, I don't know what they're gonna put together now. I don't even have any predictions.
At this point, I probably see they might keep it R&B for a while because they doing numbers.
Yeah, and I just feel like with the R&B, of course, Patty's the goat. It's no ifs ands or buts. Patty, at least Patty's my goat. Yeah,
Aretha.
nah, Patty's my goat.
If we
Salute
talking
to
about
Aretha.
go, if we talking about go, it has to be Aretha. Look at the stats, man.
Well, yeah, of soul, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, I'll say Patty. But nah,
Nah, I can't. I'm not gonna pick a winner. I'm not.
because I mean, if you want to keep it real, like MT said, the first half, Patty Jack got smoked.
She did.
You
Like
can't,
like Love Need and Want You brought her out of the grave. That's what that did.
yeah.
And
So
then
yeah,
yeah, and then they came out the second half with Somebody Loves You. You know what I'm saying? So to kind of swing it her way, but yeah, she was getting smoked. But
yeah,
yeah, but that you know what I'm saying, it is what it is with that. But
that was beautiful. Though. Shout out to both of them, man. Them queens. I
oh,
swear I want
absolutely.
Shaka Khan versus Diana Ross next, but
Mm-hmm.
they ain't gonna give me that.
Probably not. But New Music Friday, sir.
New Music Friday.
So I know we had
We had quite a few albums and all that, man. But which one you want to throw out there first?
what you want to talk about?
Let's get the bullshit. Well, no, I ain't gonna say bullshit. Let's get this album out the way because it was a video we seen this week. Shout out to you,
Mm-hmm.
little bro. He pretty much said the Shy Glizzy album was trash. He said it was garbage. He said he was
Mm-hmm.
disappointed by it.
Mm-hmm.
But what do we think? What do you think of Shy Glizzy's album?
It wasn't trash, but it wasn't good either. It was kind of just like one of those like average projects. So the thing with this Shy Glizzy album, Young Hefe 3, was this. I didn't see any progression as far as like him rapping and things like that. But we're not gonna sit up here and act like this album didn't have some tracks on there. Feel the
Except for
Vibe.
Thor.
I mean, here's the thing: Feel the Vibe, track number 2 with Meek Mill. That shit was fire. Uh, like that with Jeremiah and Ty Dolla Sign. You know what I'm saying? Hit me.
You can't go wrong with them two.
Exactly. Like you can't. So overall, like obviously, Young Hefe 3 wasn't better than Young Hefe 2 or Law 3, but just to say like, oh, it's just straight up trash. It's not straight up trash. It was average. But then again, Glizzy is saying he was blackballed. He's blackballed in the industry, according to him.
Yeah, playing shit like that to get you blackballed. That wasn't enough for me.
Oh yeah, and he had a track with Lil Uzi Vert on there too. With
But
Right
do
or
you see the
Wrong.
correlation though? Every song you say I was a feature. That's a problem.
That's true. That's true. I give you that.
That's the only thing. All right.
Oh yeah, Lonely Vibes. That was Lonely Vibes. That's a track that he did by himself. That shit was fire.
Okay. There you
Yeah.
go. We found one.
Yeah, we found one.
We found one.
Here's the thing. Obviously, will I ever listen to this album again? Probably not. No.
Why?
I'm not going to listen to it again.
Appreciate your ears more.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not going to listen to it again.
All right, let's talk about one more people probably listen to. Let's talk about that Code Red, that Moneybag Yo and Black Youngster. Off the break, Black Youngster had no fucking business on this album.
Can we be honest that they were just fucking lazy with this album? Like, I'm just gonna call it what it is. And I say that they were lazy because they both. Here's the backstory to it. They both were coming out with an album, and then they decided that they wanted to do a joint album because each of their albums had tracks with each other on there. So they just threw that shit together and then threw a couple solo tracks that each of them did, and then went from there. I was not impressed. Yeah, I was not impressed with this album. It was average. Honestly, they could have. Yeah,
it was ass.
It was. And to be honest, Moneybag Yo actually messed himself up with adding Black Youngster on there. He should have just kept a couple songs that they was featured, and then came out with his own project. Because Moneybag Yo actually slaps. He's actually pretty decent.
I'd rather listen to a Moneybag Yo project than a Black Youngster any fucking day of the week.
Oh, like, 1,000%.
Listen to Black Youngster on the track is like MK Ultra for me. Like, you might as well get the little joints, hold my eyelids open, and fucking make me watch Lamb Chop for 24 hours straight. I tell you, that shit is fucking torturous. All right, the next one, I'm gonna switch to the R&B a little bit. What about the Alicia Keys album?
It was a great project.
Talk about it.
I'm going to be honest. So she did a live show on Tidal.
Fire.
Yeah, definitely fire. 100. I put out a message about that or a post about that. So she did that to like promote the album. Overall, man, that project was fire.
I apologize to her. Like, remember when I said she lost the talent? Nah. I mean, hey, songs that are minor Alicia Keys, but it was fire. Yeah. But I'm be honest, her features was dope. Like, I did like that song a lot with Tierra Whack. I'm a Tierra Whack fan anyway.
Yeah. The Tierra Whack track was definitely decent.
Yeah. Also, of course, my baby Snow Allegra. Oh my god.
That Snow Allegra track, bruh.
Oh my god. She like my goat right there. She my Amy Winehouse right there. I love Snow Allegra.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think what I'm noticing too from a lot of the R&B singers is this: they're getting to a place where, like Tiana Taylor, when she had the album, they're getting more personal with their music and personal like with their albums. So it's just one of those where, like, I like the song. What was it? 3 Hour Drive with Sampa. That was another one that was good. I'm just going through the track list now. The Me Time 7, trust me, that's an anthem. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm choosing me basically. Like, I've chosen you all the time, but now it's time for me to choose me. Obviously,
I already know the next one. I already know you love the next one.
Yeah, Show Me Love. That shit was fire.
It's Miguel.
Exactly. And then, oh my gosh, she did a track with Jill Scott. And had Jill, like, bro, that shit was fire.
She wasn't playing games with this one.
She was not playing games. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. Out of all the music and everything that came out this weekend, she had the best project.
Yes.
She took the crown. She had the best project.
Yes. It wasn't really much to really compare to it.
It
Because
wasn't.
I ain't gonna lie, sleeper wise, like I told you, that problem, that Coffee and Kush Volume 2 is fire to me.
It sounded more like a mixtape when I was listening to it. I did give it a listen. I'm not saying that it's not a good project, but it just sounded more like a mixtape than an album. Like it was decent. It was decent.
It made me go back and listen to Volume 1 just to hear it together as one compilation. And when I did that, I do agree with you. It did give me a mixtape vibe. But like as far as music, like I was shocked on this Volume 2. Like that dude was actually spitting like knowledge. Like even I like the intro a lot. The intro was dope. And then Florence, and we went straight to Florence was dope. I kind of like the Joe with Tyrese was fire. I did like the song with Tyrese. I like that a lot. But nah, that Problem Joe was good. I liked it.
Okay.
Then I like the last song with Freddie Gibbs and Snoop.
Okay.
Can't deny Freddie Gibbs.
Okay.
Speaking of Snoop, did you hit? Yeah, Snoop doing go-go. What the hell?
Snoop Dogg continues to be the ultimate. Yeah, he is the ultimate capitalist. Like ultimate. And yeah, but Snoop, that just shows honestly his versatility, because I think Snoop Dogg has basically been in every fucking genre of music. Every genre.
Reggae, gospel, R&B. I don't know if he went rock, but I'm pretty sure he did a rock song before.
Well, I'm sure he did a pop song as well. I know he did a pop song.
Yeah. He was doing Beautiful all day. He snuck pop song. Sexual Eruption is the pop song.
Yeah, exactly. So Snoop, man, Snoop is definitely the godfather of a lot of this shit, man. It is. It is.
Let me ask you this though: Is he your go to the West Coast?
Oh, 1000%. There will never
over Ice Cube.
Over Ice Cube, because here's the difference. Ice Cube mostly stuck with gangster rap, and then he transitioned into movies and things like that. Snoop literally gave us, like we just said, about 4 different genres of music, plus did a few movies as well. So to me, I mean, here's the thing. I appreciate Ice Cube. He opened up the doors for a lot of people, but so did Snoop. Like Snoop's co-sign helped out a lot of people. Like him co-signing Wiz, that was dope.
Yeah, but I would say this though: Ice Cube, NWA, come on, he was the writer for that.
He was, and I'm not saying
feel like this music wise, Ice Cube's the GOAT, music wise. If we talking about just like overall impact and everything, like being that mogul, that representation, like if I would think of rapper West Coast, who I would think of first, it would be Snoop Dogg.
Honestly, I would think of Snoop first. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It will be Snoop Dogg. If you close your eyes and think, it will be Snoop Dogg, but musically, it's Ice Cube. It's too much legendary shit Ice Cube did. No Best Lead is like 30 years ago. It's still considered the best diss ever.
It is, but here's what I'll challenge you on with this. If you stop the average person on the street and ask them, hey, what do you know Ice Cube for mostly? Like what do you think Ice Cube is known for? They're going to say Friday. Yeah,
it's going to be Friday. And if they go music, it's going to be Today's a Good Day.
Exactly. So here's the thing. You're saying movies is the first thing that comes to mind with Ice Cube. But if I say Snoop Dogg, I'm telling you, your average person is going to say, hey, music. Like that's the guy who wrote Gin and Juice. That's the guy who wrote Beautiful.
I don't know. They might say Smoking Weed.
Or Smoking Weed.
Yeah, he's a cultural icon, man.
He is. But at the end of at the end of the day, man, me personally, I'm going to go with Snoop as far as go to the West Coast.
I won't be mad at that. Like I said, if we're talking about music, it's Ice Cube. If we're talking about overall representation, it gotta be Snoop. It gotta be.
Yeah. So me personally,
Yeah. If Tupac was alive, it'd been close. Pac did have a West Coast jump. for a few years.
He did, but I think Pac would have had to get out of his he would have had to get out of his deal with Death Row. And just real quick,
I think he's on the way with that. Go ahead.
he was on the way, but I hate to jump back to it. But it was like with Kanye. What was I getting ready to say? Remember, Kanye was like free Larry Hoover and free Suge Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, hold on, I sent somebody the wrong link. Hold on.
Hey,
Yeah.
E40 got an argument. E40 got an argument, but if we talking about national though, E40 ain't the most known. That Snoop is a global icon. Global icon. The world knows Snoop. The top three is going to be Snoop, Cube, Dre. That's if you want to go that route.
It is. But yeah, but just to get back to the whole Kanye comment, he was saying like free Larry Hoover, free Suge Knight. Man, you can't be talking about that you want to own your masters and things like that, and then you want to free somebody like Suge Knight who fucking ran over people. Okay. And ran, you know what I'm saying, and railroaded them and took their contract, shit like that. But man, but listen, man, we got So on here, Mr. Jones, and
hey,
what's
going on?
on?
Young Cannon, what's good, Young Cannon? What's good?
How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Good. Just woke up from a nap.
It's all good, man. So you well rested for this debate. So
great. I wish I had one.
Yeah, well, you will soon, Mr. Jones. So here's the thing, man. We talked about it throughout the week. You know, you got on me saying, you know, how can I support Jay and everything for what he did to Kanye? So just speak your piece, man. So speak your piece for the people.
Yeah, I think it's hypocritical. I think now that Jay-Z is on this whole black empowerment run and owning your own and all of those things, I think with this information coming out that he sold Kanye's masters to get his own freedom, I feel like that's a backhand to him and the whole record industry. I think Jay-Z as a leader, and we admire what Jay-Z has done, and then you know, he's selling out his counterparts to save his own soul, if you will. And when we look at what Jay-Z has accomplished and what Kanye is fighting for, I think even with Tidal and him not being able, and I think it came out with Joe Budden when Joe said Jay-Z wouldn't let him see the analytics to the podcast. That's why he didn't go on Tidal. And it's like, if we're trying to fight this fight against the machine and get independence and do all these things, Jay-Z once again has pulled a con move on everybody and made us believe that he's fighting for the cause when he's in actuality is not. He's only out for himself.
Okay. Well, like I said on the show earlier, I know you were napping. College Dropout came out 04. Because I remember when it came out, I was in high school. I was walking at the time to school. Yeah, it was 04. Yeah, late 03, early 04. Jay cut that deal in 2002. And what I think people need to put in context is this. Jay never really wanted Kanye on Rockefeller. He didn't. Dame is the one who brought Kanye. He brought Kanye. He brought Dipset. You know what I'm saying? Cam and all of them. And Jay and State Property and all. That ultimately led to the downfall of Rockefeller because Jay-Z, the thing is with Jay-Z is he's a let's call it what it is. He's an alpha, but at the same time, he don't like for anybody to challenge his authority. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be what I say, I get the last word. He's that type of person. We can all agree to that. That's just the type of person that he is. And so he, at that time in 2002, none of us, because I think Through the Wire as a single came out in like 2003. None of us, but Kanye and his mother, God rest her soul, thought that Kanye would blow up and be the mogul that he was today. So to me, it was just classic. again, and this is not to try to, justify anything, but it's just, hey, listen, I got this artist I don't really give a shit about. You telling me if I give you his masters, I can get mine? That's what I'm gonna do. Now, what happened was, I think Jay even might have had a time to reflect about it later on in his career, like because remember, him and Kanye took off together. They did Watch the Throne, which they signed a 2.5 million, 2.5 million just for one album. Jay got 1.5 mil, Kanye got 1 million for it. It was a one album deal, but it was like they it's like, damn, like, yeah, he's calling me big bro and everything, and it's like, damn, I did that in the past. But it's like Kanye, they fed off of each other. Kanye
Then
obviously
you
did a
gotta
lot
think
of beat.
about what he made before 2002 too.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ! Like for Hard Knock Life alone, what he sold with that and Blueprints, one and
Yeah,
two,
Yeah.
it'd be
I
hard to
mean,
pass that up.
it
Like
is. It's
Morley is fucked up business wise. Is genius because at the
right.
time he was an unproven commodity.
yeah.
He
At
was
the
the dude
time,
that
yeah,
made
Kanye
dope beats.
wasn't proven.
He
Mm.
was the dude that made dope beats, but they still had Just Blaze. They still had No ID.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and truthfully, over the years, then they started to get Hit Boy, because Hit Boy was one of the he was one of the producers for Niggas in Paris. He was.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
I just think, here's the thing. I'll just say this, and I definitely, I get your premise. So like what Jay-Z is talking about now, it's definitely messed up.
Simple
But
question.
also, like 2002 was 18 years ago. And so when I look back on my life and what I was doing 18 years ago, I didn't foresee me having, some of the stuff that I have today. So it's one of those things where it's like, are we going to let Malcolm Little become Malcolm X? Are we going to just try to hold him accountable for every little thing? Because it was fucked up. Don't get it twisted. It was fucked up. But
Oh, he's
business
Malcolm X
wise,
thing. Good.
but business wise, it
Yeah.
was smart.
I,
Business
I
wise, it
don't
was smart.
I don't necessarily know that the Malcolm Little and Malcolm X is the same thing. I think Jay-Z was in the rap game, what, 95, 94, when they were
Mm-hmm.
working on getting
He would
reasonable
be
doubt. So he
89.
89. So let's just say 90, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And they were working on that, and he's seen the ins and outs, right? Jay-Z's a very smart guy, clearly. Him and Dame Dash joined a group together, and
Indeed.
they,
Kareem
formed
Biggs too.
Rockefeller
Yep,
and
Kareem
Biggs, right?
Biggs.
So
Yep.
they form Rockefeller. They know the ins and outs by the time Jay Z drops, right? That's how they got all of these favorable deals on Rockefeller. So then
Mm-hmm.
you fast forward and they find Kanye, and yeah, he might have not wanted Kanye and all of that, but are we going to hold Jay Z accountable for being predatory in the rap business, just like we hold Leor Cohen and all of these other people? Because he essentially did the same thing, right? So is he
I mean, that's
perpetuating the same crime?
that's just the latest point we know. We did way more crowds. You got to think about what he did to Jazz O. Saw us money. People like that.
I
To help
get
him,
that,
to help him
but
start it. If you want to
here's
be
the thing.
honest,
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is what I
he made
tell
only Jazz.
everybody. But this is what I tell anybody. You could become a millionaire without fucking people over. You can, Mister John. You could become a millionaire, but to become a billionaire, you got to screw somebody over. You
You got to
do.
make a hard decision. You just
Yep,
got
you
to
got to
make a
make a
hard decision.
tough decision. You do. You got to make a tough decision. And here's what I will say. Yes, it was messed up, but at the end, the music that Kanye and Jay was able to make together continued to help propel Kanye and even get him to, what I'm saying, where he is today, where he's in a position where he can buy those masters back. You know what I'm saying? Like if Jay basically just said, you know what, I don't want to make a joint album with Ye. I don't want Ye rapping on my songs. I'm not going to rap on Ye. Kanye just make the beats. Kanye wouldn't be as big as he is today if Jay-Z took that route.
I can't
Yeah.
necessarily say that. It's other labels.
I mean, it's other labels, but at the same time, Kanye would have been wrapped up in contracts after contracts after contracts.
I mean, he still did that, right? He was still wrapped up in contracts. I just think
Yeah,
there's a certain
yeah.
talent level that Kanye was going to be Kanye no matter where he went.
I
Drake is
agree.
going to be Drake no matter where he is. Kendrick, Jay, Cole,
Yeah.
you can name
Some
these
people
figures
just
that
gonna
they were
break
just
the
going to
mold.
break through.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So, I just feel like, and I don't know the ins and outs, but what has Jay done to actually rectify it? I know he like gave DMX like cut his
Mm-hmm.
cut his tab at Def Jam, let him go where he get. But what did Jay do for Ye? And I don't think he probably did do anything for Ye, because it would have came
Mm-hmm.
out.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't rectified that. He hasn't done anything on the back end. I think Kanye was going to be great regardless. So,
But here's the thing, though. It also shows Kanye's resilience because, like I said, Jay is worth what 1.5, maybe 2 billion. Kanye is worth 3.5. So Kanye is already worth more than Jay. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's
Yeah.
not much Jay can do. You get what I'm
It's
saying?
that
Like
Adidas money.
yeah, like this is one of those where like the Yeezy brand, like Kanye's gonna have to bail himself out of this. But what a lot of people don't know, and like I explained to them early in the show, is in 2019, Ye opened up a lawsuit. He's suing Rockefeller, he's suing Def Jam, Universal, and EMI. EMI is the grandfather to Def Jam and Universal and all them. They're like the top, they're that master company, and he opened up a lawsuit. And even through like Kanye's rant and everything, I think he just got frustrated because it's like the court proceedings probably aren't moving, or they're not moving the way that he wants them to. And a lot of them, I know what they're blaming it on: COVID. They don't want to travel, to go to court, and they taking full advantage of what's going on right now. Kanye is like, listen, I'm worth $3.5 billion. I want my fucking masters. I don't want to have to report to anybody but myself. I want
right,
everything to go to me, like plain and simple. But I mean, with Jay, yeah, I mean, like I said, morally, it it was a fucked up move, 100%. But business wise, at that time in 2002, it's genius. Jay Z was at the top of the game. Of course, I gotta
But
all
ain't
the
it even more genius for the people who made the gamble of Kanye them 6 albums though?
I was about to say that. Yeah, it's even
mm-hmm.
more genius for Universal, to be honest.
Because think about what they got: college dropout, late registration, graduation,
Mm-hmm.
808 and heartbreaks, My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, and yeah, Kanye, they won't give Kanye an actual price for what his masters is worth. All they keep saying is Taylor Swift's is worth 300 million and Kanye's is worth far more. Kanye is
Yeah.
trying to have it in a position where he could give it to his children, but it's just like they don't want to. But here's what I will say: for the people, and it took me a minute too because I've listened to this song 100 times, and literally today is when it actually clicked. And it's crazy that when Jay-Z, some of his rhymes, finally I'm able to like process them. But he has a line on What's Free that says, "No red hat, don't Michael and Prince, me and Ye. They separate you when you got Michael and Prince's DNA." And like when I go back and I look at like what Ye's going through right now, that's all it is. This is a classic. Oh, he's crazy. He's insane. There's something wrong with him because he just wants to own his shit. The same way Prince
Mm-hmm.
had to jump through hoops to get his, and the same way Michael Jackson had to jump through hoops and everything like that to get his shit with Sony.
Mm-hmm.
He was man. If he ain't that, he was about to get his get back too. He's gonna own Sony.
He probably would have.
He's gonna
Well, he
own
pretty much
Epic.
owned. Yeah, he owned like 50% of like Sony.
Yep.
It was insane. It was insane. That's why
Yeah.
they got
Yeah,
him.
Yep.
But I
yeah,
kind of want to go back. I think Jay Z still has like a lot of questionable deals, and we could say the businessman
yeah. I agree.
genius. But I think he throws sugar on it, and everybody loves him. So we just look past it. Even with the NFL deal, right? He told
Mm-hmm.
everybody, "Don't do the Super Bowl," right? And then
Mm-hmm.
he turns around and does the partnership with the entertainment with the NFL, and it's just like, okay, is Jay for the cause or is Jay for Jay? And I just see it, Jay is for Jay, and that's cool. I respect it. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're telling me, you got title to bust it up with your G's, I'm looking at it sideways because it's like, well, oh, pardon me, I'm looking at it sideways because I've seen your business deals. What's on
Mm-hmm.
the back end?
But here's what I'll challenge you with that with the whole NFL deal, and that's a good point. But the thing is this: doing the Super Bowl, That's not doing anything. You getting a check, you're performing. It's just like a concert. His deal with the NFL, his deal with the NFL was basically to take funds from the NFL and appropriate them in, quote unquote, the right communities and to the right causes. That's what the whole change, the NFL for change and all that stuff. That's what that's for.
Right, but then who's to say that I would still get that same exposure when you're in it, right? Because the Super Bowl, you don't get a check for it, but you get exposure to millions and millions and millions of people for your music. So that's streams, that's visibility, that's all of these good things. And then when you get in, I don't necessarily know that you're going to put me in position. So I'm going to take the best opportunity on the table right in front of me right now. And I feel like Jay-Z went across that to gain power and leverage going into negotiations for the NFL.
I mean, that in a way, again, that is true, but we have to wait and see what else this NFL deal brings. You know what I'm saying? If it's actually putting money back into the communities, then I can understand it, because that's better than just going up there performing during a Super Bowl halftime show. And I think Jay is also flexing his power as well, that, hey, when I say something, like, the people are going to do it. Like, the people will listen. And if I want to, I can, NFL, guess what? I can shut you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same way when he did Death of an Auto Tune, people was literally sitting there like, all right, fuck it. Jay said it's lame to do auto tune. And like, now when people were starting to do auto tune after that, people wasn't listening to it. And a lot of artists who was using auto tune, it ruined T-Pain's career. It did. So it's one of those. It's a power move at the end of the day, but I'm not gonna totally count out this NFL deal yet. I would like to see the end game of it. Once I see the end game, if nothing really comes of it, it's just a few documentaries and money's not really going to communities, then yeah, I'll call him out on this bullshit all day. I will.
Gotta see where it goes, though. Gotta see the books.
Mm-hmm.
If not, what makes him different than Michael Jenkins?
And here's what I'll refute that, Zeus. So it's crazy because you say that Yeezy never did a shady deal. Actually, Kanye was actually trying to sell the good music masters and everything like that a couple years ago. That did come out during all of this. So that means Big Sean, Tiana Taylor, everybody who's a part of good music, he was actually trying to do a deal with.
That's why 2K skated, huh?
I don't know if that was the reason, but yeah, a few years ago, Kanye did try to do that, but the deal ended up falling through. So I can't say Kanye never did a shady deal. Again, at the end of the day, it is business and business. That's why sometimes they do tell you, hey, you should never do business with friends or family just in case if things go wrong. But again, it's a slippery slope. But of course, I mean, Jay-Z, to me, to sit up here and say that he's flawless, that would be completely stupid. He's done some things that at the end of the day, people aren't going to agree with. I'm not going to agree with.
He fucked a lot of people over.
Of course he did. Absolutely. 100%. He made some. Yeah. I think the thing is, here's the funny thing. He said the line about, like, I got your president tweeting and I won't even meet with him. The funny thing is, he's so anti-Trump and against Trump. Him and Trump have a lot of similarities. They do. And it's one of those where the similarity that they have is, I figured that if I made you money or if I throw money at you, that'll make the problem go away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in the song Pound Cake, when he was like, I done made more millionaires than the Lotto did. You know what I'm saying? Osh made millions, Leor made millions. Beans would tell you if he wasn't in his feelings. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't what Beans. Beans know he made money with you, but Beans was more so upset because he wanted more control over state property that you wasn't trying to give him.
Yeah, he was kind of the leader of, right?
Yeah, no, it's not no, he kind of, he was. Jay-Z didn't know about any of them Philly rappers. Beans brought them in. Petey Crack, Arsino Sparks, Chris and Neef, all of that. And Beans was basically like, if you're not prepared to give me this deal, then me and State Property is going to walk. And Jay-Z was basically like, all right, see you later.
Crazy
Yeah, I
because a
think
lot of their best songs they did, Jay was actually on them.
Yeah, even though what we do is wrong with Freeway and all that.
Man. Yeah,
I
ignorant
think
shit with
Jay
Beans.
also takes a lot of credit for Dame Dash's work. And we don't really hear
I agree.
Dame Dash's side. And every time we
Yeah.
hear his side, it's like, oh, you're bitter, oh, you're crazy. And he has that mystique, not that mystique, that black cloud
Mm-hmm.
over him, because not Jay-Z, but the whole business dealings
Nah,
made it
I get
seem
it.
like Dame was the bad guy. And
Mm-hmm.
when he says, I made all these people millionaires, I don't know. I think Dame had a lot to do with that, and I think Dame would have been just as successful somewhere else also.
Yeah, here's the thing. To put it in the lamest terms, even for new people, I'm just going to put it like this. And I hate to do this, but I'm going to do it. Jay-Z is smack. Dame Dash was Norbs. To put it in the Norbs went out there and found the talent. Dame went out there and found the talent to make Rockefeller successful. He did. Dame found Kanye. Dame found Beans. You know what I'm saying? Dame found a lot of people, and the Rockefeller and all that could have been like this crazy entity. Dame found who else? Cameron and Dipset and everything, signed them because he knew the type of movement that they could make. But at the same time, like I told you, Jay-Z is an alpha, and anybody who could possibly challenge his throne, he's going to move them away. He is. He don't want them close to him. He don't want them in his space. And it's crazy because he did. He messed up some things because him and Cam ended up beefing. Like, imagine if Cam actually stayed on Rockefeller longer. Like, them two, first of all, Welcome to New York City is a classic song. Like, them two together, they was actually fire on tracks.
Yeah, they battled on that song.
That's exactly what they did. They battled on that song because they didn't care for each other.
I mean, but why did that beef start between Cameron and Jay-Z? That's the question.
Because Jay never wanted Cam on there. Yep.
Cam was made president of Def Jam.
Yep. That's what it was. Yep. Cam was the president of Def Jam. Yep. And Cam had power. And Cam had say so. And he was like, look, I want to do things like this, like that. And and Cam even said it. He talked about a time where he asked Jay-Z to get on the Welcome to New York City. And Jay was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. But Cam, like, I would see Jay-Z multiple times and he would either avoid me or ignore me. So finally, Jay just had this attitude of, obviously, this is when Jay was on his way to being Jay-Hova. And he was just like, all right. He said he just busted in the studio one day and was like, all right, let's lay down the track. Right in the middle of Cam, it wasn't nothing playing. Cam was in there, laying down tracks and all that for Come Home With Me. And he was, all right, let's do the track. Let's do it. And Cam like, shit, I'm not ready, but okay. And then Cam was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going to let him kill me on my song. So you know what? We're going to go in the booth and we're going to battle this shit out. And Cam literally.
They spit multiple verses, though.
Yep, they spit multiple verses, and they literally said they just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until they was like, all right, these are the verses that we want, and this is what we're going to put on the track.
I don't know. I never got the pettiness behind it.
I never got it either. And honestly,
they were the greatest rap label of all time at one point. When they signed, like, at that point, when they signed like Twister and shit, they was the greatest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, think about who they had on it. Like, they were a powerhouse. Like, they were reincarnated. They were the East Coast version of like Death Row. You know what I'm saying? Like
they were better than Death Row. Death Row just had Dre and Corrupt. These niggas had Kanye. They had Just Blaze.
Yeah.
Like, Freeway first album was still one of the best produced albums ever to me.
Beans albums was fire. Like, come on. Yeah. Like, it was a lot of egos that just happened at the time that
Heat Makers.
Yep, they had the Heat Makers on their side. They brought the Heat Makers over. Yep, Just Blaze.
No
You know what I'm saying?
ID.
Yep. You had no
Yeah,
idea. Like they were.
there was a super label.
They were.
Mm.
But it was just too many egos that just couldn't get along.
That was shortly after
But who gets
backstage
the blame?
tour.
Mm-hmm.
Dame always get the blame, which is fucked up to me.
Oh yeah, it is. It
But
definitely
I
is.
think it's Jay. I think it's Jay.
I
Me too.
honestly, here's the thing. They both
Because this when it
equally.
was over. When he sold Rockaway and all
Yep.
of that, that's when it was over. Yeah. When it comes to business and shady dealings, yes, Jay-Z is number one at that. I'm not going to even lie to you. It, oh, you got 3 decades of that shit. It's 3 decades of that shit.
True. True.
The only dude that he ever looked out for consistently is Memphis Bleak.
Yeah, because it was from the same project.
Yeah. But at the same time, look, like I said, Sauce Money, what happened to him? Jazzo, the dude that really put him on, he just made up with him after he dissed
Right.
him for no reason on a Ludacris song. Like, he been doing it forever, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Me
Like,
and
it
T
took
was
Cam and
talking.
them to go. Uh huh.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your statement.
No, I was like, even like Cam and them, they had to go to Cost Records to get money. Pretty much had to own Cost Records. Jim
Right.
Jones.
Me
Well,
and
now what you
MT
was saying?
was talking offline, and it was like, how do you feel about like even Jay Z? And let's use Jay Z and Damon John as the example. They create these brands for black people. Hip hop has made them popular. We've invested a lot of money. I had a lot of FUBU and a lot of Rockaware, right? And
No.
then this whole movement of buy black, support black businesses, and all of these things. But then when these people, we create these brands and we get them these billion-dollar evaluations, and then they sell them. What does that do for the people that built it?
Nothing. I guess it gets you a tagline on a TV show.
There you go. Because that was my whole issue, is that we invest in even Jay-Z and Drake and all of these people, and we invest so much money, time, and effort into their successes, right? And then once they get something, it's like, all right, well, I got the evaluation, I'm out. And then it leaves us to, well, how can we even buy black when all of our biggest brands are selling to the other side?
Yeah, and then you got to think about it too.
Yeah.
It's also like when you look at these people that have these brands, it's always a parent company that you eventually paying. Like at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, we buy Yeezys, but they still Adidas money.
Of course they are.
So
Kanye
it's
gets a
like,
cut of it, but it's not solely Yeezy. That's just like when, like with Jordan. A lot of people don't notice the reason why that you get so many Jordan ones and all that are releasing is because I think from Jordans 1 through 13 or 1 through 14, Nike still owns a piece of that.
oh yeah.
I think it's like 1 through 14. I got to do my research again, but I read an article where I think it's like 1 through 14 or 1 through 15. Nike still owns a piece of that. And
Yeah, it's
so
around when he retired the second time.
yeah, and
I don't
so
remember
that's
that
why
day.
yeah,
Mhm.
and so that's why you get so many colorways of the Jordan 1s. You get this the Jordan 11s, which is the most iconic ones. A lot of people would say why you get so many re-releases of that, because Nike still owns a piece of it, where we don't get the Jordan. I would love the Jordan 20s. Like remember the black ones, the patent leather
Yeah,
with the gray on the bottom, they came with the briefcase. I would love those.
the
But Jordan don't
17.
release them like that. Yeah. But Sosa did. He stumped me with that when we was talking about it one day, and he was like, "Yeah, so why did Jay sell Rockefeller?" And I was like, "Look, man, trends and all that, they change, they move." He's like, "Nah," and he's right. I mean, at the end of the day, Jay could have hired a designer and say, "Hey, I want to be current on what's going on," or even reach out to, guess what, his brother Kanye and say, "Hey, let's redesign Rockefeller and make this shit popping." But he
But I
didn't.
don't think Kanye mindset at the time was to become the creator he was. Because remember at the time he was trying to be sponsored by other brands.
He was, yeah, he was the Louis Vuitton Don and
I
all of
mean,
that.
Mr. Lacoste shirt, one collar up.
Yeah.
That's what he was on. It wasn't
Hmm.
until they start wanting to become an innovator and creator.
Well, I think too, Kanye was one of the things that I could appreciate about Kanye is he calls shit out the way that it is. And he looks at a lot of these brands in a way that they treat us, people of color. We can rock your shit, but you're not going to get much ownership here. Just rock it, support it, post it on your social media, but we're not giving you ownership. And Kanye was like, nigga, if you can make whole t-shirt and sweatpants with holes in it, so can I. And I'm going to make it successful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, because if you look at it, a lot of Kanye's influence comes from a Raf Simmons, from Helmut Lang. Like a lot of his stuff looks like that vintage stuff from them designers. They do. It just does. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, you got to call.
And did he sell it to pro kids too?
Didn't
pro kids end up owning Rockaway?
Somebody ended up owning it. I don't know who it was.
Knows. And Jay's still getting off of it too, by the way. But,
he is, and that's the crazy thing. You sell it, but you still got stake in the company.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like that shit is being sold overseas and in like Marshalls and other stores like that. And like you still eating off of it, but nobody else really is. Like, yeah, he's.
Yeah, you wasn't know him, but I said it's been 3 decades since he's been screwing people over since the 90s.
Yeah, of course.
Jay on the winning streak. I mean, I forgot about the biggest Nas. He signed Nas, make that trash ass song Black Republican, and here you go.
Yep. He did. And Nas still survived. And like we talked about it on the show, he still drops on the same days that Nas does. He'll drop a track or an album to try to, suffocate. But the thing is, man, you can't sit here. No. I'm just gonna say at the end of the day, like you can't. It's just tough, man. Like he does good, but then he does bad. It's like Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? It's like what Dave Chappelle said about Bill Cosby. He does a lot of good, but he rapes. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of good, but he rapes.
Hey, that's hilarious, dude. He said Jay the real bird, man.
Nah, the only reason I say Jay is
Birdman worse,
yeah,
man.
Birdman's insane.
Yeah, Birdman is worse. Because the difference is this.
I see people like, I want to kill him in public on DVD.
Yeah.
Remember that smack joke back in the day with BG?
Yep, BG.
And the tech with the air hose in it. I want my money.
Yeah, I was about to say, at least the difference is with Jay-Z, it's like, Jay-Z, I'll give you the money, but you need to continue to play by my rules. And then if you don't, then I'm just going to kick you out from the money. With Birdman, a lot of them said, you ain't getting nothing. Birdman literally, they said literally Birdman literally was acting like their father. Yeah, he'd be like, hey, what you need? Oh, I need somewhere to live. Okay, cool, I'm going to buy you a house. Oh, I need something to drive. Okay, what you want, a Benz? What you want, a Benz? Okay, I'm going to buy that for you. Why can't I have the money to go and buy it myself? I'm going to do it. So, yeah, no, that's a difference.
At least nobody complained about Jay about not getting paid. That you've never heard. Yeah, everybody's gotten paid. You might have gotten, not as much as you wanted, but you still got paid.
Exactly.
So I can respect them for that.
Like I said, he even made up with Jazzo eventually.
He did. He made up with Jazzo, and you could tell, like Jay-Z now with the age that he's getting to, he want to make some amends. But to be honest, if he really wants to squat, he needs to step in with Kanye and be like, look, you know what? On my end and on behalf of Rockefeller Records, I'm going to sign over the masters that I own to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucked up here. This is the part of the masters that I own. Here, you can have this.
But I get 10%.
Hey, listen, he the god. He's supposed to get 10%.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes.
No time to Jay. He don't need it.
He really doesn't, which is crazy. But it's crazy. But like I said, at the end of the day, giving people small change to shut up. Yeah, I can respect that because at least he's giving them something. Shit. Yeah, he gave them nothing.
Birdman was a pimp. He just took the money and was like, you got this. It's in the budget.
Yep, it's in the budget. Yeah, you can have this. All right, I want to take this girl out to eat. He giving them niggas lunch money. That's what Birdman did. Oh, you want to take her out? Here's $200.
Give him the car. It's only $1,000 on here. You can't spend more than $1,000.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man.
But you know what I'm saying? It is. Hopefully he's doing better business. I know like Meek Mill is with him, so I would hope Meek Mill smartened up and negotiated the right deal, but we shall see. I tell you one person who ain't spoke bad about Jay-Z, and that's because she is eating Rihanna. That motherfucking Fenty Beauty, she may be close to $1 billion.
I think she
Oh
already
yeah.
there.
I think she
she's
is.
there.
I think she
already.
is too. Yeah, y'all, Rihanna. But here's the number one thing though, and I'll just wrap this whole segment up. Is this the number one thing that led to the downfall of the greatest organization was communication. If people just expressed how they felt, you know what I'm saying, had those man-to-man talks, things like that with each other, they probably could have survived. But the demise of any good business of anything, it's poor communication.
All partnerships
Yeah.
in life, in business.
Yeah.
That's relationship advice you giving for real.
Yeah, it's communication. If you just communicate what's hurting you, what's wrong, what's this, what's that, at the end of the day, a lot of things you can get past, you can smooth over, but people just don't want to communicate. People don't want to be vulnerable, is what I was saying.
Even if not, because let's be honest, in the argument, people are stubborn as hell. At least he can live with the result. Be like, look, I tried my best.
Yep.
Because that's the worst feeling when you let shit go and you know you could have did more.
Yep.
If he did everything and that shit go, hey, that shit is easy. Like inhale, exhale. You out there, you know.
Yeah, anybody could just quit on something or let it go, but to sit there and like really communicate about it and talk about, hey, like, listen, this is what's bothering me, this is what's that. A lot of shit could get solved that way. Because the funny thing is, I think Cameron had a live and like they asked, what was the real issue with you and Jay-Z? He literally said, to be honest, I couldn't fucking tell you. It was literally just egos. That's it. They never sat down and had a real conversation with each other.
Because he didn't get invited to the wedding, man.
I mean, that's basically it. Was
I know you got killers. I know you got killers.
Mm-hmm.
That rap meant everything. Yeah, that shit meant everything.
Yeah, but like that's all it was. And when you look at a lot of beefs that happened and all that throughout rap, a lot of it was a miscommunication. Big Sean, remember Big Sean on his latest album, he said Kendrick called him, that he called him, or Big Sean reached out to Kendrick shortly after Nipsey died and they squashed what they had, and then they realized that they didn't really have a real beef. It was them letting the media and all that getting in it and them not communicating.
It ain't like back in the day. Back in the day, beef was real. It was on sight.
It was you stabbed, my homie. You shot at my homie. That's what
people like True Life versus Dipset. That's real.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, True Life was wild. That's real.
Or shit, 50 versus Ja. Or
Murder Inc. Period.
Yeah, Ja. That was real beef.
Yeah, I mean, even going back to the MC Hammer days, people would tell you MC Hammer was the biggest gangster in the rap industry at one point. They said Hammer had blood and Crips out Oakland.
Yeah.
They tell you there's like Redman was like, yes, sir, when he dissed him on the track. MC Search got stories about him literally getting hits put out on them when they went to Cali.
It's fucking crazy.
Hammer didn't play about his money.
Yeah, but I got to be honest though, Hammer clearly he don't have those same connections because that y'all must have forgot this that he did against Jay-Z. He could have saved that shit.
Hold it.
Exactly. This is that nigga in the video.
Nah, he wasn't dancing like that in the video.
Yes, he was. Check the video. Yes, he was.
I see it. Nah, he wasn't, bro. Stop it.
Bruh.
He was really dancing like that.
Bruh, type in MC Hammer diss versus Jay-Z.
He hit the
yeah.
Trust me. He hit that
nigga did all this and all that and then all that.
Oh my god. House Party 5.
Yep.
no.
And it was all because of one line that Jay-Z said. I lost it.
But I tell you how Patty Hammer was. He'll play about his image. Then talk about Hammer mama. Say something about his mama. Hammer probably shoot you still.
Well, no, but Jay-Z ain't say nothing about his mother. He literally said, he said, I lost 30 million because unlike Hammer, 30 million can't hurt me. You know what I'm saying?
Hammer like,
Jay's cold, man.
He is. That's some asshole shit. But yeah, I mean, and honestly, and I'm sure Sosa loved to hear this, but to be honest, the Jay-Z and Drake beef, it's not really a beef. You know what it was? It was literally because Drake decided Apple had more to offer me with their deal than what Jay-Z did with Tidal. That's all it was. Because Jay-Z, he knows what Drake is capable of as far as being able to sell and being marketable and everything like that. And if Drake had signed exclusively to Tidal would be doing crazy subscription numbers right now. It would. Let's be real about it. It would. Yeah. Jay-Z would have been that. He would have been that, you know what I'm saying? Like that mogul. Tidal would have been up there over Apple Music. But it's because Drake basically said, nah, I'm good. I'm going with Apple. I'm going to do my own thing. I appreciate you, though. I might call you for a feature, but I'm good.
Let's be honest. Apple, they bossed up. They paid for that. They paid for Apple Music. They put that straight from Drake with Beats Music.
They paid Drake. Yeah, OVO Radio. Drake said, "Nah, we not just going. You not
just
going."
And they paid Drake. That's Drake shit for real.
They did.
Like Apple Music is Drake shit right now.
Beats
still
have
iTunes. Yeah, no, just Apple Music. Period. It's just Beats Music with a new name. They paid that $3.2 billion for it, and they just switched the name.
Mm-hmm.
The algorithms and all that shit that came from Beats Music. And before that came from Moog. That's some Australian. And the reason why they got that because they was like one of the first people that did hi-fi at the time.
Yeah, and I do remember. And you used to work for Beats Music too. I remember that shit.
Yeah, I remember. I did you know, tech support, curation sometimes. Bored, you know.
Yep. Yeah, Beats Music became Apple Music. Yeah, nah, you're right. Apple still would have been stuck with iTunes and having people pay for songs versus just pay a monthly subscription and get all that music.
iTunes is garbage. iTunes became garbage after a while.
Oh, of course it did. Like they finally, I remember when they first started adding where like before you buy a song, you can preview. Remember you could preview the song, you'll get like 20 seconds of 30 seconds, Yeah, you'll get 30 seconds of it, and then after that,
Spotify changed the game. Was Spotify first? Because you know Pandora was different.
Like, Pandora was
different. Yeah, he couldn't control Pandora. So I would say Spotify, it kind of changed the game. I ain't gonna lie to you. At the end of the day, though, that's all just came from Napster and all that shit. They just found the way to get paid off Sean Parker's hard work. All it is, a bunch of torrents. Just we signed contracts for it now. You can thank rock and roll for that.
Yeah, but appreciate you, Sosa. We appreciate you jumping on, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Until next time. Hit me up for that Trump combo too next time.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Shit. Actually, you know what? Next week, matter of fact, we'll organize it next week. We'll have you up on there. All
right, bet.
I have no dog in this fight. They both horrible to me.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Close your eyes and throw the Aaron Rodgers. Close your eyes and throw the lob. That's
I think
that's America to me right now. We'll see. I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm open minded.
All right. Happy days, gentlemen. Have a good one.
You too.
Always a pleasure.
All right, man. So let's get into it.
We don't got time. Let's talk about power.
Nah, we got time. We got 5 minutes. So, you know, we had a nice little sparring session. You know what I'm saying? Where you told me that the West right now
makes better
running the game. No, you said the West is running the game. You said just like battle rap, the West is running the game right now. in rap. That's what you said. That is what you said. So please elaborate. Who's running the game right now from the West?
I said makes the best music as
No,
far as creative music.
You said
all
like
around.
you said
Makes the
like
best
in
music.
bro. You said like in battle rap because obviously we talked about LFC. We talked about Nitty, Geechee, D. Dot, Danny Myers, all of them. We said yeah. You said literally like the West in battle rap. The West is running the rap game right now. That is what you said.
I didn't
And
say
I told you.
rap game. I said makes better music.
I told you that the South was running things right now, like
As
they've
far as
been
popularity and sales, yes. As far as quality and music and trends, no.
What do you mean
as
trends?
far as music, like
so
music
what trends
quality.
are the West? So what trends are the West setting?
I'm talking about as far as like quality of music, as far as lyricism. The West setting the bar right now as far as
Come on, man. There you go. I knew you was going back out of this. I knew you was because I had a loaded clip for you.
I told you off the air. As far as popularity and as far as sales and everything, the South got it by mouth. Yes, I did. We can play these just. Right, I did say that.
Right.
As far as popularity,
no, because here's another thing that you told me. You was like, even producer wise, you said. So I asked. I said, how is the West running
right now? Hold on. The man right now. He just made that Nas album.
He did, and he produced a couple tracks. But then when I threw out some South producers that I said was still doing good, you was like, nah. Like I said, Juicy J. You told me no.
That's Taylor Gang.
He's not Taylor Gang. He hasn't been Taylor Gang since 2017. He's back to his roots now. He making songs for Megan and Dolph. So he back in the South.
Okay. Continue.
I'm telling you right now, bro, the South has the game on lock. NYC, here's the thing. New York.
You try to come at the end of the show. What you say? What he say?
Don't have hard bars and innovating the South sounds with Grimes rap. He said, so NYC don't have hard bars. And here's the thing, New York, their rappers, as far as grimy talk, yeah, because like we said, the drill music scene has now shifted from London to Chicago, now over to New York. So New York is doing it, but at the end of the day, with as far as just like making music and making the hits and all that for the charts, bro, it's the South.
Yeah, for the charts, yes. I'm talking about quality of music.
Even with quality of music, okay, so is J. Cole not from the South?
All they shit sound the same for the most part.
So J. Cole sound like the rest of them?
I mean, do Kendrick sound like the rest of them? They're gonna cash each other out every time. Who else?
J. Cole is better than Kendrick. You've even admitted that.
I know. I'm not gonna argue with that. I prefer him.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
But if we were gonna compare TDE to Dreamville, other than Ari Lennox,
I wouldn't compare TDE to Dreamville. I would compare. I would compare.
What for me? What for me? Best crew on the West Coast. What for me?
No, well, yeah. Best crew on the West Coast is TDE, but the best crew out right now is still, in my opinion, QC.
They're breaking up.
They're breaking up, but they haven't broken up.
They're breaking up. They ain't doing nothing right now. They breaking up. TDE they've been chilling off their success for the past 2 years. You think they ain't about to make a rush for the fall and winter? You think Kendrick ain't coming out soon? Schoolboy Q gonna drop a single like you must have forgot. J-Rock ain't gonna come out early next year with another classic.
So can I ask you something? What has Lil Baby done but gone 2 times platinum this year?
You said what?
What has Lil Baby done besides gone 2 times platinum this year?
Keep talking about sales. I told you I'm gonna give you sales. We talking about quality of music.
Quality of music, Lil Baby.
Lyricism.
I told you Lil Baby is the hottest spit in the game. I told you Lil Baby is the hottest spit in the game right now. He continues to prove it.
He said 25 or under. You said 25 or under, and I give that to Corday, which is an East guy.
But Corday actually
25 or under.
But if we really want to be technical about it, where was Corday born? In North Carolina, right? Where did he spend half of his life? In North Carolina, right? Then he moved up to the East Coast to the DMV. He moved up here when his father died.
Who do he claim? Luda from Chicago, but he claims Atlanta. Snoop from Mississippi, but he claims the West Coast. Come on, man. Like I said,
I don't know
best crew,
I don't know.
TDE.
Here's the thing.
Best crew,
When I heard
TDE,
Corday,
check. Best lyricism, West Coast, check. Keep going.
It's the South, bro. The South got the best music. South got the best music.
It mostly sounds the same.
And here's the thing. And here's the funny thing. You
like that Money Back Yo album sound like that album we reviewed last week. I almost got confused. I was like, is that NBA Youngboy? Is that NBA Youngboy? They all sound the same to me.
Here's the funny thing.
808, you get broken cadences and it's offbeat raps. That's all you fucking get for real.
Here's the funny thing though. You talk about NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy sold 120,000.
You going back to sales. I'm going to give you sales. We're talking about quality of music. We're talking about lyricism, album quality.
Lil Baby and J. Cole. That's all I need.
J. Cole is God tier, and Kendrick going to cancel him out every time. Let's be honest.
He's not going to cancel him out because what is Kendrick? What do we have?
Like J. Cole, but if we do a poll right now, people going to pick Kendrick.
No, they're not.
Yep. Come on. You know the world loves Kendrick.
But here's the thing, though. What has Kendrick come out with lately?
What has he? People still playing down. I mean, I'm sorry. Black Panther soundtrack is being cranked and bought right now that he just did. He's chilling.
Okay.
Trust me. He'll be here the next couple of months to tell people they forgot. It'll be fire.
All right. So what West Coast music doesn't sound the same because a lot of them have. Here's the thing. Here's what I've learned. Every region has their own style. Every region, and they all try to copy each other. That's just like, to be honest, if you listen to who is it? T Grizzly. If you listen to Grizzly, if you listen to Calico, they all have like a melody and all that they rap and sound the same. Everybody
Royce don't sound nothing like them.
Royce, no, but Royce is a unicorn. Let's be real. Royce is a unicorn.
Oh yeah, West Coast, the Bay Area, everybody else. Do E40 sound like the rest of these dudes? Did everybody sound like Nipsey till before he passed away? Come on, man.
Bro, it's the South.
Do Larry Jones sound like the rest of them? Do Dom Kennedy sound like everybody else?
It's the South. Bro, the South is winning. Even with producer-wise. Here's the thing. Hit Boy, while I appreciate what he's been able to do.
My point of Hit Boy. I said right now. He's the hottest in the game right now currently, just because of the non-success.
But here's the thing though. I gotta challenge you on that because do you know who I think is better than Hit Boy? TM88. Right now, TM88, who is Lil Uzi Vert's producer, and he's a part of 808 Mafia.
What album he made that's up there with Nas's album right now?
Eternal Atake, which went platinum. I don't know if Nas
lately. Did that come out lately?
Eternal Atake came out in 2020, sir. And he went platinum. I'm sorry, 2 times platinum. No. I'm sorry, not 2 times. He went platinum. Eternal Atake went platinum. TM88.
You said Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi Vert. He went platinum.
It came out this year.
It came out this year, bro. Baby Pluto. He came out this year. Look it up. I'm gonna sit right here. Look up.
Is that the one with the deluxe and everything? Because ain't that the album that was ass?
It wasn't ass. You thought it was ass. I rock with it from start to finish. Yeah.
Ain't it ass?
It's not ass. It went platinum. It can't be ass if it went platinum. TM88, he's a part of 808 Mafia. Him and Southside. They used to have Metro booming, but Metro ended up leaving and doing his own thing. Bro, I'm telling you.
To ask you a question about different West Coast music, we talk about styles, we talk about Bay Area, we talk about gangbang music, and we talk about conscious music. That's what the West Coast usually do.
Yeah.
Lately. And then you got to get high rappers like Bird now.
Yeah. Now here's the thing with Zeus. He said how Young Berg get his shit off where he goes. So Young Berg is actually Midwest. So we can also argue. Yeah, he's Chicago, just like Kanye. So we can also argue that the Midwest has a conversation in some of this as well, because Hitmaker and Kanye is 2 of the best producers out. They top 5.
Oh, producer wise, yeah, but I'm talking about the hottest right now. I keep talking about currently, right now, just because of the
TM8
nonsense.
TM88 is just as hot as Hit Boy is because
What has he did? What has he did in the past month or so? What has he did comparable to Nas album, which is still being played right now? Are you going
he
back and
did
listening to the Uzi Vert
he
album?
did
If anybody listening right now, going back and listen to the Uzi Vert album, I
I
bet you
went back.
right now you're probably playing Car 88, or you're gonna play that today or tomorrow. Come
No,
on,
I've
man.
actually Uzi is a part of my rotation, sir. Lil Uzi Vert is a part of my daily rotation.
Anybody listening out there?
And hold on, and hold on, and hold on. And I'm gonna tell you another thing too that 808 Mafia is also accredited to. There's an artist, and he does songs and then he does features with people. You might have heard him. His name is Future. Yeah, Future. They do a lot of his
What the
stuff
fuck?
too.
What the fuck has he done lately? Except for make that garbage a few months ago.
But it had hits on it though. Did it not?
I'm I'm still listening to today. No.
I'm still listening to it. The song with Travis Scott, absolutely. The song with Lil Uzi Vert, I'm listening to it.
Yeah, the song with Little Uzi Vert and the song with Future.
Who's the hottest rapper in the West currently, Mr. Jones?
The hottest rapper in the West currently. I mean, it still has to be Kendrick.
But he hasn't come out with nothing for like 3 years. 3 years. Three. And that's a shame. The people who I'm naming have come out with projects this year. That's bad.
But who's the
And
hottest in the
Kendrick,
South? J. Cole, right?
no, he's not the hottest in the South. Lil Baby is the hottest in the South. J.
But
Cole is actually second.
he's hotter than J. Cole.
Yeah, he's hotter than J. Cole. He went 2 times platinum. Are you kidding me right now? Like, come on, man.
I
It
guess
is
I guess how we measure good music is different. You measure good music by sales, I go by quality of music.
even with quality of music. Here's the thing with Lil Baby, and this is why I will always choose him. You asked Lil Baby to go conscious. He did a song on the Queen and Slim soundtrack called Under the Sun, and he put it on his album, which did numbers. And then he turned around and did Bigger Picture, which also did numbers. So Lil Baby is pretty versatile. I'll give him his credit. You got to give him his credit at this point. You may not like him, but you got to give him his credit. He's a versatile rapper. But here's the difference. We are all influenced by our surroundings and our environment. I've heard 21 Savage say this. I've heard Lil Uzi Vert say this. I've heard Lil Baby say this. We can sit up there and give people real talk and talk about real life issues and we can rap, but that's not what the people want to hear. So they give the people what they want to hear, but they also slip a couple songs in there so the people can enjoy it. Because again, when it comes to Lil Baby, he gave you Under the Sun and The Bigger Picture, and people love those songs. They do.
Okay. Well, I proved my point. Lyrical ability, West Coast got it. Hottest crew, TDE, they got it.
They not the hottest crew. QC is still the hottest
They
crew.
broken up.
They're not broken up. Look,
They dropped.
here's the difference. If the Migos get their money, they'll be right back to QC. But the QC still got the City Girls. If it wasn't for Lil Marlo dying, obviously he still would have been there. Like, come on, man. QC is come on.
All right, give it a year. Migos gonna have the hottest label in the South.
I'm fine with that.
He said, "Who's the hottest rapper currently in the South from last year besides?"
He meant to
Nipsey?
say West. He meant to say West, obviously, because Nipsey is not from the South.
Yeah, I was about to say, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
What is he talking about?
Yeah. Hottest current rap in the West right now, besides Nipsey or Kendrick. Who would you say?
Besides Nipsey or Kendrick?
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's what I'm saying. I don't need
Yeah.
here's the thing. I can just fire off at people. Like even there's a producer in Florida that
Problem just came out Friday. Listen to Problem. Decent album.
I listened to him. Like I said, it sounds like a mixtape. It's okay, but it's not great. It's decent.
Come on, great, not okay. It's better than any other rap that came out this week.
That's not saying much because not a lot of rappers came out this week. That's not saying
Better than
much.
that money bag yo shit.
Of course, because
And you got
we
two
both agree.
superstars. As far as your rubric, we got two superstars. Them two
Black Youngster's
motherfuckers
a
that can sell.
superstar. Come on, man,
He can
stop.
sell.
Black,
He sells. He sells.
no, Black Youngster sells
He
singles, not
sells.
albums. Black Youngster sells singles,
He
not
still make
albums.
money. He sells.
Of
He
course he
sells.
do. He
According
makes
to
money
your
because
rubric.
here's the thing, sir. Black Youngster sells because two things. He knows how to make
Come on. He
singles,
said I did
which is
listen to I did listen to Problem Juice. Come
I
on,
listen
man.
to Problem.
Yes.
No, I definitely listen to Problem. I did. And again, I respect what he did,
Because
but
Eddie just
overall,
squashed this shit with YG too. So yeah.
but again, I listened to Problem, but I wasn't impressed. It was a decent project. Like I said, the hardest album, the best album that came out this weekend was
It's
was
Alicia
from
Keys.
R&B chick. It's Alicia
But
Keys.
that's usually the case though, MT. Let's not bullshit ourselves. It's usually the case. R&B is usually the case that's better week by week. R&B is just a better genre right now. They keep it real with you.
I'll say this. The swing and everything that R&B has taken, absolutely, because it seems like everybody now that
It's
drops
been
an
for
R&B
years
album,
though. For years.
I can't say for years though, bro. I don't know if I
For
can give you
years.
that one. But
Years.
but here's the thing. So what iconic R&B album came out last year for 2019 that made you
Well,
say, hey, that it was better than every rap album that came out? That's tough.
what's that ugly Daniel Caesar joint up there?
I'll give you that. Daniel Caesar, bro, that shit is
Yeah.
flames. That
Sir,
shit is flames.
Sir is up there. Sir is fire.
Sir is fire, but I can't put it up there with Daniel Caesar. Like Daniel Caesar shit,
No,
he left hurt.
but I'm just saying it's comparable to most of the rap albums.
It
It's
is.
better than most of the rap albums.
And here's what I'll give you too.
Snow
I don't
Allegra, definitely. Snow Allegra, easy.
Yeah, her album was fucking fire. Snow Allegra and who else
There you
last year?
go, dude. Scissor's another one. Ari
Yeah,
Lennox another one.
yeah, Ari Lennox. Shit, for real, Tyler the Creator don't consider himself a rapper. I don't know what he
He's
considers
everything.
himself.
He's
Yeah, that's
everything.
what yeah, he came out last year with Igor. So yeah, that shit was fire too. So yeah, you're
And then
right.
he came before Childish.
Yeah, Childish, yeah, Childish Gambit, yeah, R&B. You're right. R&B overall, when they really put their heart and soul into that shit is fire. I give you that.
But it's continual. Like Brandy shit on the low is fire. Brandy new shit.
Brandy new shit is fire, but I just don't want to listen to it. I'm going to be
Yeah.
real with you.
Like just Alicia Keys. I'm gonna go back and listen to a few songs multiple times.
Oh, of course. Alicia Keys did her thing with this. Her, yeah. I used to know her part 2. That shit is fucking fire.
Summer Walker.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you right now, her probably had the best album last year. That I used to know her's part 2. That shit is fire.
It was great. SZA up there though. SZA up there. I don't know. Snow Allegra is my personal favorite. You know, I'm a Snow Allegra head. That's my personal favorite.
Oh, of course. With Snow Allegra, she's earned her spot. The problem is she don't get the respect, but she's earned her spot.
I think it's coming.
Oh, of course it is. And I think she's gonna have that iconic album. To me, I think she's cooking up something. But again, to me personally, Miguel, like he hasn't come out with an album to 2017. Well, since 2017, I legitimately believe that Miguel is
He's Maxwell.
yeah, he's about to take the Maxwell approach. That's all it is with him.
I mean, you hear Sade about to come out with something soon too.
Yeah, so what I think he'll let Sade drop. I think we'll hear Miguel next year. Because the thing is with Miguel too, he's like Maxwell was like when I drop new music, I want to go on tour with it. And right now, because of COVID, you can't. So he's not even gonna waste his time dropping it. He'll give you a feature, but he's not gonna waste his time. Because
yeah, Usher will be out soon too. I'm pretty sure Usher shit will be fire. Especially if he's making a Confessions Part 3.
Yeah, if he makes Confessions Part 3, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You already heard a verse from it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is with R&B, and this is what I would say with rap, you could release an album and it gains traction, and you don't need to tour. With R&B, you need to tour because R&B is more personal and it brings you in. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, Tiana Taylor with the album, I would love to go to see her
That's another one.
perform.
Like
Yeah, Tiana Taylor.
R&B shit. They shit don't have rap, bro.
They are. You got it with that one. R&B, they are, because the album, like I still to this day, I'm looking at my timeline and people saying, "Why the fuck didn't y'all tell me Tiana Taylor was so fire?" And all that. I'm like, damn, I thought you heard it. Like that.
I mean, even when Kanye did what he did to that joke was not bad. He
Yeah,
still got that Wu-Tang remix that's fire.
he did get the Wu-Tang remix. I know she was pissed off at him about not, mixing it and letting her hear before she released it. But yeah, the fact that he got Wu-Tang on a remix, that's
They're like one
something.
of the best Ghostface verses in like 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but R&B, for somebody who's been to multiple R&B concerts and things like that, yeah, you get a feel for that artist when you're there. Like, you make that connection with that artist. That's why
Yeah,
even
but Big Sean, Nas, and Corday don't make you cry. These R&B people will make you cry if you look at them live.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like when I went to go see Maxwell, like, bruh, what I did was, and which I don't understand why they do this, but it seems like with R&B, it's like you either pay for front row, or if you pay for VIP, it's like you're in a section, you know what I'm saying, by yourself, kind of like you got clear visibility of the stage, but like you're far back. And when I paid for the VIP, it's like it that artist, you know what I'm saying, like brings you in. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when I'm listening to a rapper and things like that, I don't care if I'm front stage or not. If I'm not feeling your shit, I'm just not feeling it. But like R&B,
And then, I mean, also like with R&B as well, I think it's more complex lyrically and it's more originality
mm-hmm,
sonically. Like
mm-hmm.
these R&B producers be getting it in. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, yeah. I mean, like one of the most genius things I felt like that we had was when Tiana Taylor dropped the album and the intro was the 911 call of her giving birth to her child. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there. Like that's the personal type of stuff that we want to hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Trust me, as much as I love hip hop, R&B got it right now.
they
And
do.
they had it for at least 3 years.
Yeah, but that's why I hate when people say like, "Oh, R&B is dead." Like, what the fuck have you been listening to?
Seriously. Because even this week, Alicia Keys came back with fire.
Yeah,
I apologize to her personally.
yeah. I mean, I'll say the same thing because literally, here's what I did. I listened to Problem. I listened to who else came out. I listened to
Money
Problem.
bag, girl.
I listened to that Moneybag Yo and Black Youngster, and I listened to Shy Glizzy's album. And then literally, I was on my way to get something to eat, and I just popped open Title, and he was like, "Hey, live right now is Alicia Keys," and I was like, "Okay." So I clicked on it, and she was doing a live show for like her concert and everything, and I mean for like promoting her new album, and I was like, "Yo, shit is fire." And then I went back and like I listened to the album on the way home, and I'm like, yeah, Alicia Keys got one. And like I've listened to that album twice back to back, and I can give a fair assessment. That shit is like a 4 out of 5. It just is.
Yeah, it's up there. It's good.
Yeah, she
Like
she
I
gave
said, ain't songs in the minor, but it's decent.
yeah, she got the right features on there. Like you said, she got Snow Allegra, she got the song with Miguel. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Tierra
saying?
Whack did her thing.
Tierra Whack did her thing on that track. Alicia Keys, the thing is, I normally go to sleep on Alicia Keys' album. Alicia Keys did the right thing. Plain and simple. Like Alicia Keys got it. She did have one song on there where her husband was ad libbing, and I was like, "This ain't it." She should have just left him off. I'm gonna be real.
Man,
No disrespect to Swizz, but just leave him off of there.
oh, you in versus mode right now.
I am. She should have left him off. Like
Yeah, he
seriously.
in versus mode. He ain't, they ain't super producer Swiss beat. They ain't one
Exactly.
man band man. Nah,
Exactly.
you're in versus mode right now.
Yeah, man. But look, everybody's probably tuning in right now to the NFL. So y'all enjoy y'all Sunday. We appreciate everybody for listening. I'm just happy we got to give y'all the content. We will talk about power next Sunday
Or
and
midweek, who knows?
or midweek, because the good thing is we got to talk about last week. And honestly, if we do it on a midweek show, I think we could talk about Sunday's show as well, because fuck it, it's Wednesday. They should have seen it by then. Am I right or am I
Exactly.
wrong?
You're totally right. They ain't see it kick rocks.
Exactly. So with that being said, we will be reviewing 2 episodes of Power on our midweek show. I'm MT, your host, signing off, and with me is my co-host.
Mr. Jones, aka Sam Jones, the Mr. Come First because you gotta respect me. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Too Much Show Home, and everybody's family. Make sure you go to Too Much Show Debate Group, also on Facebook. If you want your opinions to be heard, who knows? You may join the show and debate with us. Also, make sure you go to that YouTube, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and very, very soon, Anchor and Spotify. Peace.